storyline continues as we are all set to find out the next qualifying team, ladies and gentlemen, for AMD and GameOn 24 presents the Arena Championship by Comic-Con India and the Esports Club powered by Alienware. But alongside that, we also have our PC gaming partner Elite Hubs and Zotac Gaming, our retail partner Bajaj Electronics, and also the amazing chairs from Cybat. Man, oh man, the amazing gaming chairs from Cybat and our connectivity partner ACT Fibernet. But here we are on the day two, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Darshita. Alongside me, it's very scared yet who seems to be scared and happy both, because the map veto is something we already have leaks about, but hey, scared jokes about. How are you doing?
I am doing absolutely brilliant. I mean, seeing how the games went yesterday, I'm already looking forward for today and also what's going to happen in the coming 2 days as well, because it's just 3 more slots remaining and we've got 6 teams. So we will see heartbreaks for 3 of them, but maybe a possibility of dream coming through for 3 of them. And we're going to have a look at the prize pool as well, because that is exactly what we all are fighting for. All of these teams, they're battling it out against each other to grab the first place position prize, that's of 1,50,000, because second and third place are just going to receive a part of the overall prize pool of 3 lakh. That would be 1 lakh and 50,000 respectively. So this is what they're all fighting for, and we've already seen one team getting one more step closer to this, and one of them just getting eliminated yesterday. It was a great game. If I'm going to talk about the teams of Slay Them With Respect as well as on towards the other side, right? We saw some amazing gameplay from both Diversity and Slay Them With Respect, almost going to overtime. I'm expecting the same thing today.
Oh, well, yeah, but I would say an upset in the tournament for also the fans of Slay Them With Respect. We've seen some experienced guns in that team, talking about Rio, talking about Buster, talking about Gorang. All these players have a great experience and still were eliminated out of the tournament. And Diversity, man, oh man, we talked about them so much, right? Them qualifying for the LAN says a lot. It is a big bold statement, and it is high time for even other teams to buckle up, because today's games are more and more interesting. But Scared, why don't you take us through 2 of the teams who are gonna play and show us some amazing gameplays today?
Oh my god, I can't even wait to introduce both of these teams, because again, it's time to see the matchup. It's going to be Van Dyke Fan Club up against Deathwish. I really like the naming coming in, no pun intended. But on the other side, we've got one of the experienced players, some players who've been playing it for multiple different teams as well. They've been playing this game for a very long time. We've seen their names. And on towards the other side, we've got some young guns on the board, but also the ones who have been getting a good experience out there. So I really like the mixture coming in from the side of the Deathwish, but we'll have to see if in case Van Dyke Fan Club would be able to take them down, or will they be, going down in front of them.
Oh, well, yeah, if that happens, that might just be another upset coming in this tournament, because whenever we talk about experience, we have seen Paradox, we have seen One Tap God, we have seen this entire lineup performing and, showcasing up some amazing gameplays, not just here but on some LAN tournaments on big stages as well. So this time over, the expectation seems to be very high. But as I said, we do have some leaks for the veto, and the reason why Scared was really scared is because of the map veto. So without any further delays, let's just quickly head towards the map veto as well, because it's interesting. Also, at the same time, it kind of gives me goosebumps. I mean, come on. We are starting today's day with the map of Lotus, going on to Icebox, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the decider as Bind. I mean, isn't this interesting, Scared?
Just 2 of the maps that I want to talk about is Lotus as well as Icebox, because both of them have been receiving quite a few changes here and there. If we talk about Icebox, it has been out of the competitive pool for a very long time, brought back recently with a few changes. We even mentioned about those changes, the additional windows, some extra space down the tube, and also an extra container being added when you move to the spawn, as well as a container being removed near the B side. So yes, they will definitely pose a little bit of a problem for the side of attackers, maybe if they really want to go in for a split. But on towards the other side, the map of Lotus, we've got a few extra corners added now, so the attackers would have to check them out before they want to go in for that execute. So I like the changes on Lotus. For Icebox, I am still having a few doubts of my own, but on the map of Vine, even yesterday we saw quite an amazing game gameplay coming in, and we saw how attack centric that map can actually get. Even a 7-5 situation might not just be enough if you're on the defense to kind of pull things through. So we'll just have to see how this game is going to pan out, because again, just as you mentioned, we were talking about one tap god, we were talking about Paradox, Wimp as well,
Yeah.
Easy, Blackhawk. All of them are very experienced players. They've been having a lot of knowledge about how to play around these maps, and now since we're going to see them play on Icebox, I am quite excited to see if they are actually going to use the same old A execute strategies, or are we going to see some mid splits coming in, maybe trying to get a few extra control in kitchen or towards the B. I'm very enthusiastic about that.
There has been a lot of discussion that we can do right now about the map of
Mhm.
Icebox itself, but imagine starting the day on the map of Lotus. Man, such a big map, 3 different sites once again, a lot more chaotic again because of the discussions we had the previous day, right? The map has
True.
had a lot of changes in itself. If we talk about the B and the C
Mhm.
side, it has a lot of changes, and for the defensive side, it is more, I would say, easy to handle. But once you can break
Mhm.
it just becomes so difficult. So let's talk more about the map of Lotus, but let's just quickly head towards the agent selection as well, because this time over, I do expect a lot more strong of a composition to hold this side. On the side of Deathwish Esports, they're all prepared. They are gonna go in with the double controller this time. That's gonna be ASDF and Kothaguda, Viper and Omen combination. Okay, that's interesting. Lil Boy with the Raze, Hellboy with a KJ, and Lucia with a Sky. But on the other side, I'm really interested to see what this team has planned.
I love this composition. I really do, from the side of Deathfish, because I have been mentioning it time and time again how this exact composition is one of the best in the game. With the Omen and Viper, you've got so much space that you can control. With the Sky, you've got so many utilities to gather the intel. And again, Raze is just Raze doing the double satchel things along with the Killjoy. You, yeah, received a nerf on that turret, but I don't think so. That should pose a
Select your
lot of
agent.
problems, because those setups will still give you quite a lot of information. On the other side as well, we're seeing exactly the mirror matchup from Van Dyke Fan Club. They're also following the meta, not bringing anything of their own into the mix, so they will be going in along the books. I like the compositions. It just now depends on which team is able to execute better than the other.
Yep, mirror compositions coming up. So both of these teams are going to have equal opportunities on both of these halves. So somewhere down the
True.
line, I still do expect a 6-all half coming up. I mean, really sure if that's going to be the case, or it might just end up going a complete one-sided match, because in between, nah, man, that's not possible. Lotus has changed a lot, and now you just cannot rely on the fact that it is an attacking favored map, because on the defense side as well,
True.
you have a great advantage. We've talked about the claws being held onto the entrance of the B side and the C side as well, and this can actually affect the entire push coming up from the sides of attackers.
True. I mean, those cross are something that one tap god would have to break whatsoever, and that too on the back of
Yeah.
utilities of his Sky. Because we've been talking about one tap god, we've been seeing him for a long time, and we know his potential. The way he can just pop off like that is absolutely mind blowing, and something that the opponents need to be worried about. But the same can be said for Lil Boy, who's again playing on the Rays, is a very solid duelist, and Lucia on that initiator, along with Paradox and his own Sky. These two initiators are going to be the main key. But again, presence being shown towards the mount. Easy quickly sees it, puts the orb up, and the ult orb is also being taken by Lucia. So they're trying to feed
Turret
into the
destroyed.
seekers to try and gather some early information and bring it up as quickly as possible. Because on the other side, we saw Van Dyke Fan Club quickly pushing forward, taking the entire rubble control. So they've got the Killjoy setup at B. They don't have any info of B main at least, but they know that the players are outside C. They've got the A control, so they have got a lot of map space right now. I like the maneuver from Van Dyke Fan Club.
Yup, that's going to be true. But at least now they're holding back. They're not rushing directly towards one side. The initial decision was to go towards the C side, but for now, they're trying to make their way towards B. Not the perfect way to enter the site. Lucia not just gone, but 3 of their players gets taken down. And as soon as I complete my sentence, it's going to be Kothaguda and ASDF as well. Nothing less than a bloodbath that the sides of Deathwish Esports were into. As soon as the KJ Molly went up, Lucia tried to enter the site, was taken down. You see Paradox with 2 kills, Wimp with 1, Blackhawk with 1, one tap god with 1. 4 assists for Easy. And that's how they get the very first round. The pistol round rolls into the favor of the Paradoxan team. And now they have a great advantage. Again, only one sheriff is being invested from the sides of that wish. Maybe no, not at all. Did not even get a chance to go and plant the spike. So they'll be on a complete save and will be waiting for the right opportunity to go in for early on flashes, jump peaks, a lot of information that Easy has. Out of this round, I do see one of their players really into the close compounds. I mean, look at ASDF. He's holding outside the smoke. Maybe he's expecting someone to walk in or push further. But on the other side, there are 4 players outside ASO. They have a split amongst themselves. This can be a bit difficult as the first 5 goes in one tap got. Good for 1, good for 2.
One
It up.
enemy remaining.
It's unstoppable towards the rumble. Vip finds another one and it all goes down to one last remaining. Not the best position to be into as one tap god takes him down as well. A 4K for him and the second round for that team.
Some solid eco frags, but that was all on the back of the paranoia though, because he made sure that everyone is caught in it. So that was a great play coming in from the side of Blackhawk along with one tap god. And honestly, the way Deathwish is just letting Van Dijk fan club take the A rubble control, it is concerning. They need to watch out for that. Because if they let them take that map space and they cannot trade it on any other part of the map apart from just C mount control, which Van Dijk fan club have shown they've got no interest in taking, that needs to change a little bit. And just on the back of it, we're now seeing Kothaguda forward. He can catch one tap god. He will finishes him off as well. Doubles it up. Paradox taken care of. Can he try and triple it up? That's the question. Blackhawk, his position should be unknown. Can he find the timing? Flash is also ready. He finds one. At least the broad classic in hand. Kothaguda though. Lil boy will be there to go in for that support. And Deathwish changing their strat, quickly getting the A rubble control this time. Were very ready for the push of at least 2 people. And I love the maneuver coming in from them. They also won the fight outside the B main. So now Van Dijk Fan Club would have to go in for the adjustments based on their strategy. But Easy in the meantime on that lurk. Potentially find one. If he's vigilant, maybe Hellboy. Yes, he will be able to take him down. Can he double it up? Because all 3 of them are now peeking him alone. Viper Ball's going to go up quickly. Smokes go out. The open Vandal being picked up. He's got to check his corners and move quickly. He does not have the time. Nah, he does not anticipate this cross. He should be taken down, and Lil Boy will do the job.
2-1, that was Esports. They finally get their very first round. Back of the Vipers wall, they were able to push so further towards the A side. But that eventually did not help them. They did try to take the control in their hand, but at the end it was Kothaguda doubling it up for himself, and it just went haywire out there. But either ways, again, it was a bonus round for them. They did try to take out the weapons from the hands of Deathwish Esports. I feel they were able to take out 2 if I'm not wrong, and 3 players were remaining. But again, it is a full buy for both of these teams. Vim and Easy, they'll have to rely on their half shields at least for this round. But this time over again, a split is what I can see. Again, you can see from the sides of defense, rumble control is completely under their hands, and they have no other place to go. But Easy, he deletes CF, at least for this round, and there's no possible chance he can come back. You do not have the smoker, and that can be a big issue now.
That was such a nasty shot. Just pre-aiming, proper pre-aiming, and now the orb goes up as well because he wants to reposition. Van Dijk Fan Club now deciding they want to probably go and re-clear the C or at least take control. And this is the strength of a Viper Omen composition, at least on defense, is that you can continuously jiggle your smokes. As soon as the Viper Toxin go low, you've got Omen, but we're going to see the A execute again. The rubble control is going to be the Thorn. One tap god deletes both of them, and now they've got absolutely no smoker left whatsoever, no map control in their hand. And are looking to maneuver again towards the sea where you already have a Viper, a pseudo sentinel that is. Poison off goes out. It's going to be the double satchel. Quickly in. Easy is already ready for Lil Boy. Should be taken down, and he will be as well. Just one member, Lucia remaining. And everyone's just going to pincer him. He's got to watch multiple different angles, and he will not be able to watch even a single one. Paradox shuts him down. Another flawless round coming in for Van Dijk Fan Club.
There's not even one single place left for him to be at a safer spot, you know. I mean, there was one player towards the backstab, one was opening the rotating door, one was pushing from the main. He was pincered from every single corner he had to run. But again, economical crisis, that the Esports, they need to go in for a save. They'll be relying onto those Bulldog, 2 Sheriffs, 1 Frenzy and 1 Stinger on the other side. See a good full buy coming up from the sides of Vendai Fan Club. But for now, need to take it a bit slow. This time over, might just be the case. Yep, for now it just seems so. Look at the rotations as well. Now they know that this is going to be a full-fledged B approach coming up. They've already made their way inside, and this is a bit concerning, the amount of space that the sides of Deathwish Esports are able to take care of. Showstopper, at least for now, finds nothing. He's right present towards the lane. Going to find one. The flash does not hit him. Vim, good for one. Yes, he is. Trade comes up from the side of the boy, takes the perfect revenge. Once again, Showstopper from the other end as well finds one. Maybe no, that's going to be Paradox who shuts down Kothaguda. Seekers comes online, and now it's going to be way too difficult for Lucia to even hold back. 4 versus 2 seems to be a bit difficult. As Lil Boy and Lucia gets taken down, and Boy good for one, shuts down easy. Time not being the best friend, they need to stick the defusal as well. I guess this is done. Blackhawk will be sticking the defusal, and there's nothing Hellboy can do about it. Round goes into the favors of Vendaic Fan Club. 4-1. Slowly and steadily, they are starting to climb up scared.
Slowly and steadily indeed, and it's all on the back of again that A rubble control that needs to be taken away from Van Dijk Fan Club. They're trying to use those utilities, but the positioning that always has been coming in from Van Dijk Fan Club, it seems immaculate because yet again they are investing their 3 members towards A. This time it's all hell break loose towards A rubble. Both of the teams just want to take control. Look at the pings on the map as well. This is gonna get so chaotic. ASB are ready with this rounded step. That's gonna be the paranoia along with the flash come in. But for now, they're gonna try and make that cross. Woman taken down quickly, and all the trades come for Deathwish. This is the engage that they were waiting for and were looking for. Taking every single person down. It's a 5v2 situation, and Van Dijk Fan Club, they've got to go in for a full-fledged retake. Out of one way, trying to put Kothaguda though. There's a gap in the smoke, and easily takes down Kothaguda quickly, but AS Davis there for the trade. And it's all just down to the Killjoy. Trailblazer trying to clear the space, but Vin has kind of found the timing. No, he has not. Lil Boy shuts him down. Deathwish finally getting the adaptation they were waiting for.
The way they, denied the Rumble control to the sides of Van Dijk Fan Club was really amazing. I mean, over and over again, we've seen the sides of Van Dijk Fan Club do this, right? They are being way too aggressive towards Rumble, and they're taking the entire Rumble for themselves. We've seen that happen in 2 rounds consecutively, where One Tap God was able to double it up for himself. But this time over, Deathwish Esports finally gave a perfect answer back. And now it's down to, again, both the teams having a full buy. But will the plan be the same as the question? Yes, it is. I mean, look at the amount of utils being dumped towards the A. Not only in the previous round, they were denied, but this time over, they want to do the same. One Tap God is being a lot more aggressive. Paradox finds the opening and shuts down Kothaguda. And now, on the back of that one smoke, it's impossible for the sides of Deathwish Esports to even think of entering the A side or go down somewhere near to the Rumble. So the doors are completely blocked. They need to make a move. They need to rotate their way towards maybe the B or the C side, or at least wait. Cut off the sound completely. Fake it towards the other side and make a move towards A. Rotations being called off from both these ends. C has been left completely onto the shoulders of the KJ alone, as it feels like Deathwish Esports is still having the plan to make a move at A. Now this can be really very difficult for them. You look, there are 4 people. There are 4 people guarding the A side scared, and one mistake can end it all here and here.
That is indeed true. The flag should give the information. The little boy was caught in it. Paradox now knowing what's happening around the map, but don't have any control of the breakable door, so this could be a very good maneuver to go towards the B because there's only Deathwish out there. Waiting Blackhawk, holding the angle. They're moving backwards, but Paradox quickly finds an opening. ASDF taken care of. Both the smokers are now down. The execute needs to go in. Flash right on the face, but Hellboy still wins the trade. 11 more seconds to try and go in for the plant, but Easy's position is unknown. Goes in for the reload. He's given the sound cue. It should be cleared, maybe, but that does not matter as he will double it up. Gets both the players and make it 3. The defusal's gonna come in. Van Dijk fan club yet again getting a perfect round for themselves, and it was just on the back of sheer gunpowder that they showed. Yes, there was a pick early on through the smoke on Kheltuzad, so Viper taken down so very early on, so very quickly. But after that, the entire A rebel control was theirs. Now, I think so. Deathwish could go on an adjustment if, in case they're seeing this continuous aggression towards the A, wherein 3 players are being invested. That means there's at least a maximum of 2 people towards either C or towards B. And seeing how the Killjoy is again setting up for the C execute, the alarm bot's holding B. I think so. B side could be taken by them if, in case they're going for a pacey execute, because the paranoia flash, everything just invested yet again towards the A rubble. And so quickly, Van Dyke fan club have taken so much space away from Deathwish.
Yeah, that's going to be true. Over and over again, we've been seeing some of the repetitive strategies coming up though. 7 rounds already done, 5-2 is what the scoreline is. Seaside,
I mean,
might just be the case. I mean, look at those 2 players who are holding C and 2 who are still waiting outside B, trying to maybe find an entry frag for themselves, the opening frag, I would say, for themselves, because that's going to be very necessary. If they try to push in one side and pincer it in the corner, it's going to be way too difficult. So he's selling paradox, being a bit aggressive. Oh, he gives a lot of damage though onto the other side, but that's all he needs to satisfy himself with. Still holding outside C for now. Rotations are being completely called up, and look at the amount of space that the sides of Van Dijk fan club have on A. There's going to be full-fledged C approach coming up. 1-for-1 to raid Lucia before 1 Messi. Easy finds another trade. Let it go with a showstopper. Denies easy for anything for the 3 remaining players. They do have the numbers for themselves, and they are able to plant the spike as well. It all goes down to the post-plant situations. 2 remaining players, Paradox and 1 tap god. Will this Deadly Duo be able to do anything is the question. The fact is, now another
last player standing.
Oh man, come on, 1 tap god gets taken down, and now Paradox is left all alone. So 1 versus 3 to clutch out for. Will that be possible? No is the answer, as Kheltuzad puts the last nail into the coffin, shuts down Paradox, and finally Deathwish Esports gets the 3rd one on board.
Good adjustment coming in from Deathwish, going in towards the C this time, knowing that there are a lot of investments towards the A, because there's no paranoia going in for the retake. Yes, Sky Flashes are refreshable utilities, but even apart from that, since you've already used up it quite early on, you know it's going to take a few extra seconds for you to go in for that retake, and time is always of the essence. But on the other side now, I want to see how Van Dijk fan club are going to adjust to this. Are they still going to go in for their A rubble push time and time again, or are they going to slow things down, maybe show some presence on towards C or maybe B? Because even if it's a Lotus map, has had a few changes, I feel that you should be able to get a few extra rounds on the attack. Yes, there are a couple of extra crosses that now you need to check. But again, looking at the entire making of this map, you've got so good chances of going for quick rotations. Maybe taking the rubble control and going through the breakable door towards the B, or take the B control, C mount control, and going for any kind of pincer if you want to go. We're gonna see what strategy unfold in this one as the Viper's pit goes down. And I like the adjustment from Killjoy this time, because look at the setup. It's entirely towards the B and only an alarm bot right at the choke point of C, just to make sure that Easy knows who's coming up his way, because rotatable door has been opened, so entire B main and mount control has been taken by Deathwish.
The question still remains the same. Are they gonna force the C side? Because again, we know Viper's pit is already there, and Kheltuzad, it's gonna be a bit difficult. 1 tap god was holding inside the smoke, and that's where he shuts down Hellboy. This time over, it seems to be a bit difficult for the sides of Deathwish Esports. Already inside the site, they do have a lot of information to work around with. Vim is trying to make it outside the scan. Deadly, and now the spike gets taken down. This is more than difficult for the sides of Deathwish Esports, as they do not have the spike control for themselves. One tap god. Is he a good neighbor? No, he's not. Shuts down ASDF. 1 last remaining player. Stuck in the Viper's pit. Do anything? No is the answer. 3 players right in face of him. A flawless victory. That's what they have. 6-3 again. There have been few rounds honestly scared. I really like the strategies coming up from the sides of that Wish Esports. The way they are, not letting the rubble control into the hands of Van Dijk fan club. They're denying them everything. The util looks to be perfect, but this time over, it was a bit messed up. And now economy seems to be next to impossible for them to even buy. Go in for a full buy. It's Kel'Thuzad with
True.
Vandal and a half shield. Rest all the players will be relying on to sheriffs once again. So again, it seems to be a difficult, and the way everything is just panning out might go down to a 7-5 half. You never know. But the
Possible.
utility, I mean,
Being spammed as of now.
yeah.
These util dumps. But I'm still not very sure about the strategy that's being used by Van Dijk fan club. Yes, they've been going in for the A double control time and time again. Lockdown being invested from both the sides, so it eventually is going to result in none of the teams taking any kind of space because there's absolutely no way Deathwish can break it down. Seekers invested, getting a catch on Lil Boy, but Lucia was able to support him and were able to take Paradox down, and they've got the rubble as well as the entire B controlled. Was the character as well going for that maneuver. And they've got the man advantage already.
Spike
That
planted.
Vim just waiting for the smoke to dissipate and also easy to quickly try and find across. Trailblazer is going to give his smoke position away. Lil Boy takes him down. The Molly is going to push him back along with the paranoia that actually catches easy right on his face. He's got a mountain to climb now. And he can't get anything. Hellboy shuts him down. It's a 1v3, 1v4 in fact. But still, ASD was so very low. Might as well say it 1v3 situation now since he already wins a fight. Goes in for the TP, repositions. Can he find the pick? Now the turret goes out. Should give the information, but what a nasty shot on Kel'Thuzad. He cannot go in for any kind of defusal, but my oh my, the economical damage that's been done on the members of Deathwish. We're already seeing them struggling. They're gonna have to spend a few extra crits now. So B main control is being continuously taken. That space has been won by Deathwish, and I loved the maneuver. They went in, going in towards the side, and then when they saw the lockdown was invested and seeing how its position was, they quickly decided that it's time to go towards the A, as they already won the fight there and they had the control of that part. Went in through the connector, went in for the A execute as well. The smokes were perfect, utility was perfect. Now Van Dijk would have to change their ways.
Yeah. And they have adjusted a lot. Look at the KJ. Oh, wait, what? ESTF just deletes 2 players and pretends as if nothing happened. Paradox joins the same party as one tap got. Numbers completely denied, and the other side's Vim finds 1. That's not going to be an equalizing trade either way. Lucia, as he shuts down. Vimp as well. Blackhawk was holding back
My God.
position, and he just shuts down Lil Boy. So again, the numbers are not yet equalized, and Deathwish Esports does have a great advantage. They can try to take the B control. Yep, that's going to be the case. Walking towards the B, going in for the plant. Easy. Seems to be way too easy to get taken down here. And look, he's surviving barely breathing. 5 HP is what all he has for now. This can be a bit difficult
He needs
for him.
one.
A perfect headshot. Yep, that's what he needs. But that's gonna be Lucia who shuts him down. One last remaining player again, Blackhawk. A 1 versus 3. Maybe not a coincidence, but the previous round was somewhat same for him. He needed to clutch out a 1 versus 3, and this time over it's gonna be the same. Seems to be very, very difficult. Might just go in for a save probably. Yep, Blackhawk, that's going to be the only option he has. Run away. 7-5 is what we were talking about scared a while ago, but things seems to be different. That Wish Esports, they do have a plan, and the way is they have just denied 2 players towards the C. Man, oh man, nasty shots. But a great, adjustment being made from the sides of Van Dijk fan club as well. They've completely shifted the C KJ setup to the A. And just left B completely open, maybe for the retake, but that just did not help them. So this time over, they need to plan out something and at least make sure that, they end this half with an advantage, because going down to the attacking side, it's again going to be very difficult.
That is indeed true. And also seeing this time Kel'Thuzad has his Viper spit up. I think so this might very well be a 6x situation if they get the side control, that is. So we're going to see Van Dijk fan club going back to basics. What was working for them time and time again is what they're going to go forward even now with. Investing 3 members with the paranoia. Flash will not catch anyone, so Deathwish will make the cross on the back of the wall as well as that orb. Untap God as well. They're disrespecting the Viper Ball quickly. They're gonna go for the paranoia. The satchel play comes in. Still got towards the crossfire. Kel'Thuzad was able to take him down, and the flash comes in. Blackhawk providing a beautiful support. And as the dust settles, it's still a 1-1 because everyone from Deathwish rotating towards the sea, a maneuver that Molly is going to stop any kind of push. The Trailblazer not catching him, but a couple of shots being connected. Lil Boy should be wary of the corner on the left because that's where Blackhawk was just waiting. The trigger discipline from him in the previous round was immaculate. And had one more person made that cross, they would have been taken down. ASDF's head being seen, everyone moving directly towards the rubble yet again. That's where we ended things in a draw. It's time for a round 2 from both these teams. Viper Wall still up. Molly to flush anyone who's playing behind rubble. And they've made another decision. They've given a lot of information, made a lot of noise that the execute might come in towards the A, but
30 seconds
there
left.
still is Blackhawk right there, giving the cue to his team that they have not yet executed. Fake not being sold, but both One Tap God as well as Wimp directly towards the B. Easy is going to be under a lot of pressure. He does not have mollies to play around. The Parano is going to push him back. One snake bite is all he could manage. Nano Swarms as well. It's just going to take all the space away from them.
Spike planted.
Plant will go down now just in the nick of the time. And this is going to be the retake from Van Dijk Fan Club 4v4.
They need to make a decision out here. One Tap God will take him down towards the waterfall. Showstopper comes into the play as well. Will it be able to find anything? Yes, it's the answer. Wimp was not even visible, but still gets taken down to Lil Boy. And the numbers seems to be falling down. Easy is good for 1. But the numbers are not in their favor. Until and unless Blackhawk, my goodness, a 3k for him seems to be unstoppable at this moment. To find where both of these players are. Hellboy right on top of him was easy. Takes him down. We finally end this up with a 7-5 scoreline shade. We talked about it. I said we feel like it might just be a 7-5 half, and it is a 7-5 half. Advantage in the favors of Van Dijk Fan Club. But now, the only way that they can let this advantage for themselves is by winning the pistol round. By any chance, if they let go of the pistol round, it's going to be Deathwish Esports equalizing the numbers, and after that, it's going to be very, very difficult. Also, on the other side, I would like to talk about the scoreboard as well. I mean, Lil Boy, he's up for 12 kills on his name. ESDF with 5, Kel'Thuzad with 5, Hellboy with 4, and Lucia with 4. On the other side, we have Easy on top of the tables with 11. One Tap God just right behind with Blackhawk with 10, 9, and 7 for both Wimp and Paradox. Seems to be really interesting on how this first half is spanned completely. But now what are the adjustments from Deathwish Esports is the question, because this time we will look. B-sides completely onto the shoulders of the KJ turret. Again, 2 players towards C, 3 towards A. Okay, the rotations have been called off early on though.
Exactly, because if you look at the amount of space Van Dijk Fan Club have taken, a rubble, they've also got the mount, not pushing C whatsoever, but they've got the KJ turret invested there, so they will know if there's any kind of push coming in. The flash from the sky was B should give the information. Paradox as well, quickly taking the orb, don't invest in the Seekers. He's already down to 70, getting a few shots onto his body. And that's the part about Sky. You can't heal yourself, but you can heal your entire team. Not yet quite cutting the noise though. Got the Trailblazer. Will they try to go follow up on the back of it? The paint shell should flush out Kel'Thuzad, who actually moves forward up. Then he takes down Easy. One Tap God was there for the trade, but Hellboy as well for that support. Perfect in the maneuver. Hellboy with the Nano Swarm. No, was not able to pop it. Blackhawk will be able to get the plant down, and it's a 4v3 retake. Space being taken. The paint shell is going to push Wimp back. He was trying to make a proactive play. Denied. Alarm bot comes in from Wimp now this time. Should be taken care of. Hellboy quickly has got a cavalry in front of him. He deletes everyone unless Paradox finally shuts him down. That is going to be the defusal, probably coming in at the nick of the time. Paradox just moving left and right, can't do any bullet landing on Lil Boy's head. That is just a massive haywire coming in from the side of Van Dijk Fan Club. But at the same time, what a great play from Hellboy. Classic right clicks is just everything that you do not want up in close range in your face, and that is what Hellboy gave them.
Man, two players getting taken down towards the waters is something no one expected, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
classic in the hands of Hellboy. I mean, well, to do that, that's where the entire setup fell apart for them. Had the side control, but this did not work in their favor. And now, Deathwish, they have a great advantage. They have a great chance of equalizing the number here and here. ASDF trying to go in for some jump feeds, get spotted on. Has an information of Wimp being somewhere around. Once again, a split coming up. One player is still trying to hold the C side. Maybe not. Yeah, the rotations have been called off. They are trying to make their way towards the A side. But little does the sides of that wish have any idea
Not
about
coming
it.
back.
They're still holding. No noise whatsoever. Easy does have a Spectre though. Now this is very interesting. If they lose this round, this can be so difficult. The economy just break down. So a hard push coming. CF was as soon as one tap got turns around, he shuts him down. They found the opening frag that they wanted. The site is under their control. Can go in
Spike
for the
planted.
plant and can safely play for the post plant as well. Even one player getting taken down can be a bit difficult, and so is the case as Wing gets taken down. Straight perfectly coming up from the sides of Blackhawk as well. One tap got good for one. Yes, he is. Two last remaining player that wish Esports. Will they be able to do anything is the question. Hellboy is down to 18 of his health. And it just seems to be difficult. Van Dijk Phantom, they do not want to allow that Wish Esports for an equalizer whatsoever, and they will not let that happen. Lil Boy shuts down Blackhawk, and so is the case with Hellboy. Finds one tap god, perfectly shuts him down. Paradox is right on.
Paradox?
Lil Boy needs to be a bit careful, shuts him down. And that's going to be one last remaining player who gets taken to Paradox again. A 2k for him, and the 8th round. Equalizer being denied, scared.
Just a beautiful play yet again. I mean, situations were looking glum for them, I would not lie, because
Yeah.
it did seem Deathwish would be able to bring it back. However, we're going to see a very good round coming in from the side of Van Dijk fan club. I might as well call it a thrifty, but they still had a few investments. So on the other side, Deathwish now being brought down just to pistols, and the lead keeps on increasing because again it seemed to be favoring Van Dijk. One-way smoke being put up, trying to make sure that there's no one pushing directly towards the C, and the rotations they were called towards the side of C now. B is entirely empty. There's no killjoy setup, so they've got to re-clear that space as well. There are still two people towards the A with Sheriff and a classic in hand. ASDF and Lil Boy. The Nano Swarm should be good enough to flush anyone who's playing towards the stairs, but there's absolutely no one. Smoke's gonna go up, praying up front. ASDF taken down. One tap god as well, moving, taking control of the site. It's just such a smooth sailing because Easy was also able to flush down Lil Boy and also doubling it up. Taking Kel'Thuzar down, Hellboy, long range fight. With the classic, you do not want to do that. Credit to Sheriff as well now.
One enemy
Slowly,
remaining.
we're gonna see the re-clear. Easy triples it up. It just seems a very solid bonus round for their side. Should have been a rifle round though, if things went how they normally go. Lucia is hearing every single thing, and with a frenzy in hand, I don't think so he wants to make a move right now. He'll just probably die to the spike, not giving any extra alt orb to the side of Van Dijk fan club. Ah, no, never mind. Everyone's heard it. Or flash. Nah, it was up close. Paradox quickly takes him down as well, and that's a 9-6. With the 7-5, we are now at a 9-6 situation. So things are looking dire for Deathwish.
One enemy remaining.
True though. I mean, as soon as Paradox heard the sides of Lucia trying to break the door, he helped him there with the bulldog that he had for himself, and he took him down eventually. 7-5 is where the first half came to an end. Deathwish, they had a great advantage by getting the pistol rounds for themselves, but the next round itself is where the problem was. It was turn of events where two rounds went to the favors of Van Dijk fan club, and now they are one step away from the double digits. One step away, one single round, and they might just get double digits for themselves. But Lil Boy seems to be taking all the matter in his hand.
True.
He does have an operator to work around with. Hellboy will be going in obviously for a Vandal or a Phantom. But I'm really keen to see on where Little Boy places this operator, because again, what is happening from the sides of Van Dijk fan club is they're trying to show an early on They are trying to show themselves early on towards the C side, and then instantly there has been a rotation called off towards the A. They haven't made their way specifically towards the B side any moment. They're just waiting, holding back their position. So, if at all it is going to be a hold coming up from the sides of Lil Boy with the operator that he has, he might be able to find one. But again, it completely depends on how much utils he's even getting as a support from his teammates. Because at the end, even if he misses one shots, you know he's gonna get punished hard.
That's indeed correct. Lilburn raised with the operator. You don't even have those utils to try and run away. Only if you're
Yeah.
given enough time, you'd be able to just blast back out. But it's not even as smooth as any jet dash or even Omen TPs. So yes, it definitely is worrisome, but still feel that Deathwish, now they've got the weaponry advantage as well. They can post Lil Boy up, let him anchor towards either A or towards C, and try and take the space on the other side proactively. Just like how Van Dijk fan club were taking the rubble control time and time again, which gave them enough time and information to bring the players from the other sides for the rotation. So they were more or less like always ready for any kind of push coming in from Deathwish Esports. Maybe they can try and take a
Yeah.
page off of their book, do that exact same thing, go for the Omen Paranoia Sky Flash control towards A Rubble, take that space, and then move your players around towards the other part. That's one thing that they could do because, again, Van Dijk fan club have shown absolutely no interest in B main whatsoever. They're only leaving a Killjoy turret out there so that it gives them the information if in case anyone's making a proactive push out. And if not, they basically have that entire space for them as well, because on the other side, we're not seeing anyone pushing that, taking that map control. And map control is always the name of the game every single time. Flash comes out, mount control quickly established, Paradox. Yeah, you already have your ult. Might as well just let other of teammates take it. And talking about ult economy, even Hellboy just 2 points away from his own lockdown. So they could have tried to funnel a few orbs into him, but that's not what's happening. Door being opened, hence the B main control also established perfectly by Van Dijk fan club. This hit's gonna come in. There's absolutely no way that this can stop it because they've still invested a couple of members out there. Lucia through the smoke was able to take one tap, got down, but not before he was able to take Hellboy himself. Easy flashed up, will move quickly, take that space again, and everyone from Deathwish have just decided let them go in for the plant. They will go for a retake, and even Trailblazer now being invested. Easy playing, proactive, taking down Lucia directly towards the spawn. ASDF as well should go in for those smokes. They have got waterfall control, but that's about it. Paradox even takes that away. One more member falling. The falling like flies at this point. Paradox, he's just holding that space so very well. Lil Boy with the operator. That's not the best weapon you want, but at least it will help you get one kill. One pick is all that they were able to manage in that. Look at the chase. Look at the chase. Van Dijk want to take that off away. Blackhawk being punished for it. And Van Dijk, I guess they know better. They are not going to force it. Are they not? Are they? This could be one more pick. Little boy. Alright, he'll get to keep his life for now.
I've got your trail.
The sides of Van Dijk fan club, they knew this operator could be deadly in the upcoming round for themselves. One tap got, he did sacrifice himself to get his entire team the side entry and, play the perfect positioning in the post plant, which actually helped the team get this round. And you see, they are already on the double digits now. Only if they were able to take down the operator out of the hands of Lil Boy, I think that they would be more happy. But again, does not matter. Even in the previous round, if they lost all their weapons after winning that round, things would have been fine. This time over, it's gonna be an A-side push coming up, 5-man A-side push coming up on the sides of Van Dijk fan club. Now this is very interesting. They've already got the freeze control for themselves and they are pushing back all the players. Side completely open for business. One tap god. Very aggressive.
No.
Deadly. God gets punished bad. Lucia gets taken down though, but does not matter as Bim falls for the same trap. Numbers not in the favors of Van Dijk fan club. Deathwish Esports can actually get this round for themselves. ASDF tripling it up, standing up strongest when team needs the most. Smoke. The classic in his hand. It all goes down to one last remaining player. Where is the player is the question. Easy right presence inside the site. ASDF. Remember this name, ladies and gentlemen. A 4K for him. And the 7th round for the sides of Deathwish Esports.
Just trying to find the operator. Got much more than sufficient time to go for the defuse as well. I was about to say that might not have been the best decision, but yeah, one tap god just getting a little too ahead of himself. All the space was offered to Van Dijk fan club. But, I mean, ASDF just popped off in this round. His team needed someone to step up, and he definitely did. He was popping off, getting that 4K. Could have been an ace as well, but Lil Boy, he was able to take care of Blackhawk with a classic in hand. But just looking at the way the previous round went ahead, I really thought that we are probably going to see a 11 and 6 situation now. There's no way Deathwish would be able to take the space, but they had a lot of utility in their arsenal. They were able to take all of the space back up. Now we are seeing both the showstoppers up on board for both of these teams, as well as you can see the Viper's Pit, a little too ahead of himself, will be moving backward, but that's the showstopper invested. The entire site has been cleared up, and I like the maneuver from Deathwish. They knew that one tap god could probably go in for a showstopper play, so they were just all playing offside. And get this Viper's Pit taking all the space away from directly the spawn. Brings the rocket right onto his face. Was taken down by the paint shells though, but that's about it. He's given the space, given the opening his team needed. The operator's been taken care of now. ASDF as well finds another one. Blackhawk in the meantime with the massive lurk and gets 2. Hellboy on the side though. Still got the control. All they need to do is just take care of 2 different angles. The smoke is also going to go out. Angle being washed out for Hellboy. Gets that headshot. Blackhawk, the drop should be heard. They should have the information. No more shrouded step as well, but the long range fight comes in. Can he go for the spray down? Ooh, the defusal is perfect. And Omen v Omen. Blackhawk wins it, gets a 4K, but at what cost?
No, so much has happened in this round, Skid. It all started. Two of the important ultimates were invested in that round. And alongside the showstopper, the Viper's Pit was also invested. But they did not get anything in return. You even saw the position the Viper's Pit was invested onto. And it was instantly denied from the sides of Deathwish Esports by Lil Boy in his ultimate. Everything just went into vain. Blackhawk was able to convert a 4K. He found 2 onto the perfect late flank as well. But it just did not help them. The half defusal was already done before even Blackhawk could take it down to a 1 versus 1. Everything just fell apart, and it is going to be Deathwish Esports with 8th one on board, and now they have the KJ lockdown to work around it. Once again, please control being asked for Lucia. It's possible for him to survive. It's going to get taken down. Perfect unit up towards the tree. They have the free control for themselves, and so is the side control in their hands. 2 remaining players for the sides of Deathwish Esports. Get the right present there. We might be able to find one. No. 10 HP and still surviving strong. That's going to be one tap god for you. And it all goes down to Hellboy as being the last surviving player. 100 HP, lockdown to work around with, but 5 players in front of him. So it's better to maybe just go in, try to take some exit frags or save the weapon that he has. Because an ace, it's possible, but diffuser I'm not really sure. Because Tarim not being his best friend might just be it. But it's going to be a flawless either ways for the sides of Endike Fan Club and Deathwish Esports. They are trying their level best. 1 round away from this from the match point is Van Dijk Fan Club and Deathwish Esports. They need to do anything possible to stop them.
3 players all on site, and all the space being stolen by Van Dijk Fan Club so quickly. A very pacey A execute. The previous one did not work, but this time they will to bring it back. Just like that, again, 3 players directly being invested towards the A site, and they're not taking the space yet again. It's just got a Viper and a Killjoy towards B and C, and that's about it. And 3 players on the A site, they've lost the entire control of Rubble, Mount, as well as B main. No information to work with. Now they've got to invest the players to go in for the reclear, and there should be a C execute, a pacey one, but no, Van Dijk Fan Club, they are deciding to at least sell a fake. When smoke goes out towards B, Trailblazer as well should be clearing the B main. So Deathwish are not going to remove that stat away. The flash comes in, pop flash being dodged perfectly, and KL2Zada frozen personal with his finger in hand. That was just a brilliant move. The snake bite should be able to flush out Omen from that position. Lucia is just so very ready for anyone to fight towards the mound. He will be taking that fight, run and gun. And Stinger gets another headshot. This eco is just working out so very well for Deathwish. 4v1 situation, and it's going to be a wrap-up, a proper one as well. My God, what a read coming in from their side. What a brilliant read. And look at this spray transfer from a Stinger. Nah, that is nasty.
You have to give it to Kothaguda, man. The player was standing so strong on the seaside, completely onto the back of his poisonous cloud. He was able to take down 2 players with a stinger in his hand. And that was enough amount of time for his entire team to rotate and make their way towards the seaside. And then, you know, there was one player at the back as well, and it just got so messed up for the side of the entire fan club, and they were not able to capitalize it on. 3 important ultimates for the side of that Esports: the Seekers, Vipers Pit, the Lockdown. Thing that they need, they have for themselves. Let's see if they are able to get the double digits here on. One push, 1 for 1 trade. Easy gets taken down. Players disadvantage when that fan club, they are falling down to Lucia. A 3k for him before one tap god to finally stop him. ASDF still inside the smoke. It's going to be a bit difficult for him to survive. Was trying to run away. Could not do anything. Gets taken down again. Have been equalized. They are expecting a backstab, but the timing was a bit off. And that's where one tap god even has to fall down. Now Wimp is the last one to survive. A 1 versus 2 or nothing. Can actually invest onto his ultimate after he, you know, takes it down to a 1v1. But will he do that is the question. The alarm bot is way too nearby, so it's going to be really difficult for Wim to make a move out of the situation. He'll be trying to go in for the plant as well. Hellboy
planted.
Trying to make a move further. And the lockdown is also invested. So here it makes the situation more vulnerable as the defending lockdown would also be invested. This is going to be a 1v2 situation, ladies and gentlemen, and both of the killjoys have to respect each other's lockdown. A pure 1 versus 2. Viper's Pit yet available, and the situation gets more worse. Tap might just come in. Whip trying his level best to stop the players as well as he can. One player gets taken.
God.
Careful, there was such a close call. Whip, this is the last one he needs to go in for, but Kothaguda finally comes up on top, shuts Wims down, and that is going to be him clutching it out, getting his team onto double digits, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, every single round is just giving me goosebumps right now because no one knows who's gonna come up on top. No one.
Lucia stepping up in this round again, getting a 3k. That was not even one of the most favorable positions. That was such an off angle, wherein he should have been able to get 1 at least, but that's about it, not more than that. But what a way to play it out. And even Wimp flushing out ASDF right behind the box with the nano swarm and then going in for that slow plant. I also like the play how Kothaguda played. Went in for the lurk, got quickly won, and then wanted to go back towards his own teammate. But Wimp is punished for this time, man. He stood up so very strong in the last one, but this time taken down so early on. Paradox slowly waiting, going in with the Trailblazer now. Should be clearing quite a bit of a space on towards the side. Puts it back. Alright.
I've got your trail.
We're gonna quickly try and invest the Seekers as well. Should give them the mid-round information. Now we've got a flash. Paradox goes in for the flash. Nanoswarm in their face. They can't go in for the push. And I love the snake bite. It pushes them all the way back directly towards the mount. Give the time to the side of Deathwish to reinvest and restart their side with more members. They've still got a couple of people towards the B as well. Support could be provided by Omen directly playing from the connector. Paradox ready for that pop flash. They try and go in. One tap god wants to take the space, but the Slasher is going to push him back. Little boy still standing his ground. One tap god was already able to take care of SDF though. Seekers invested from Lucia. He should be able to move through that smoke, but no flash to work with. That's going to be the showstopper being invested on the other side. Paradox not winning the trade. One tap god takes Lucia down though. Still is a doable situation from the shadows. Blackhawk shuts down Kothaguda. Was just wary of his position. And it's all down to Lil Boy.
10 seconds left.
As well as Killjoy. One tap god should get the plant down right on time. They've got enough of it. Reposition now. And that's going to be a good shot landed. Blackhawk yet again. 1v2 situation. Hellboy brings it down to 1v1. One tap god and Hellboy up against each other. No utilities from either side. 5 more seconds and the turret should be up. Elboy, is he going to try an ego peek? He will and
Don't
win the
interrupt
fight
my
as
work.
well. And this is the round where we see things being equalized.
Clutch.
What a great play.
My goodness. Sports, they have written a story already. Look at what all has happened in this round. It all started by the sides of Endai Fan Club trying to make a move towards the C side. They were denied. They made their move towards the B. They again were denied, and they finally had to take a decision to make a move towards the A side. It was a 2v2 situation, and the worst was a 1v1, one tap god. He had to win that duel to get his team to the match point, or else it was an equalizer. And it's just a nightmare for the sides of Vendak Fan Club right now, because it is an equalizer that which Esports, they've got an equalizer for themselves, and they do have a strong ult economy as well. They can completely rely on to one side with the Viper's pit, and they can let someone help and be at the Viper's bank. That's all they need to do right now, and they can just wait back for the sides of Van Dijk Fan Club to approach the side, because this time over, this might just be the last full buy of Van Dijk Fan Club, and they need to be really careful about it. If not at all, it just can be that Wish Esports winning this map, and I'm not really sure if Van Dijk Fan Club would really like that happening, so they need to play very slow, at least in this round. Timeout coming up from the sides of that Wish Esports. They know how crucial this round is. I can see Lucia with a judge. Full shield and a judge, rest all onto Vandals and Phantoms for themselves. Also, I guess there's no other player from the sides of Deathwish Esports so close to their ultimate. So is the case with the sides of Endike Fan Club as well. So they completely need to rely onto anything and everything that they have right now present. Jumpings from the sides of ASTF to make sure that there's no one around. Few bullets being exchanged, smokes being placed. It's a split coming up actually. Look at those two players towards the A and 3 trying to make a move scared towards the C side.
Yes, and the Trailblazer being invested early on from Deathwish. I don't have that utility for the retake anymore though, but I've got at least the info. There's no one around B. Again, reinforcing the sites with quite a few members. The Swarm will be taking down. Manta got so very low, just up close, the first one, and the shot is connected perfectly. Lucia gets one, but Blacko quick on that trade as well. Hellboy is still holding the side. The snake bite should just pincer Paradox as well as Blacko. That one close position. Flash goes out, but Hellboy is still conceding the space. Kothaguda, Molly will be taking Paradox down as well.
Ooh.
But since Blackhawk
Spike
had
planted.
from the shadows, he will go towards A. But does he anticipate Lil Boy so up close and so personal? He will slowly move ahead towards the heaven. The re-clear. It's a game of cat and mouse. We're also seeing is he making his way, slowly moving towards the rubble. Hellboy, if he's not aware,
One
he would be
enemy
taken down
remaining.
now. Alright, he goes in for the jiggle peak. Lil Boy was able to take care of Blackhawk, but easy. Still, he needs to go in quickly because the
Last
diffusal
player
is on
standing.
his way. He's still got a couple of players to work with. Lil Boy taken down, but ASDF is still sticking it, and he will stick it all the way. 7 HP is all this man needs. Clutching up another round and a massive play yet again, especially from that Molly that came in from Kothaguda. It just pincered both the players in C, wherein they could not go towards the side, they cannot go backwards. And just the util dump, such picture perfect play, and Deathwish is the one who moves one step closer to winning this map.
Not for the first time did ASDF show us that pros don't fake. You remember the previous Omen versus Omen duel of 1v1 where ASDF did not even care about his enemy and he just went in for the diffuser and was able to do that. Second time again in this map, ASDF is able to do that and get the sides of Deathwish Esports on the match point, ladies and gentlemen. Viper's pit yet available. This is deadly for the sides of Vendak Fan Club. The do or die situation. And there's finally the Viper's pit coming online. The doors for the B side have been completely locked. The only way. The rotation, but the first person to Blackhawk whatsoever one tap got doubles it up for himself, and the hopes for an overtime are still alive. Right down towards the CT. They've already made their way towards the B side maybe. Now this is very difficult. They've brought it down to a 3v3 and they've equalized the numbers, but they need to be very careful on what side they are targeting scared.
can't start to mention how Kheltuzad kind of messed up his Viper's pit because he did not break that breakable door and it eventually ended up
Yeah.
on the B side. But that somehow worked well for them because Van Dyke Fan Club
30
taking
seconds
control
left.
of stairs wanted to execute B. But since seeing the Viper's pit, they had to maneuver towards C where they get a
Spike
pick onto
planted.
Hellboy. Now Kheltuzad slowly creeping up
Last
ahead.
player
The paint shell
standing.
should flush someone out, but Easy wins that duel. And now towards the waterfall, they try and go in for the check. Another Viper's Pit, this time being invested. ASDF yet again left in a clutch. Let's see if he's actually able to do it or not. Slowly clearing all the sights, all the angles. Goes in for the TP, but right in the crosshair of Paradox. Van Dyke Fan Club finally forcing us for an overtime.
They are not giving up. They don't want to give up. They still want to win this map. One Tap got standing up so strong in this round. A 3k for him. And the round for the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club. It is a 12-all, ladies and gentlemen. It's time that we make our way directly towards the overtime. But I'm just looking at the, score from Easy. Look at 22 kills, 13 deaths with 12 assists in total. Blackhawk with 20 kills and 13 assists. My goodness, all these players are just standing so strong. And even I remember in the first half itself, when we were talking about the players of Deathwish Esports, it was just Little Boy on double digits. But coming to the second half, every single player has stood up so strong for the team. And that's the reason we are witnessing a 12-all. But the very first round of this overtime, ladies and gentlemen, the Dyke Fan Club on to the defensive half, Deathwish on the attack. Let's see if the site control is allowed. Straight up, A push might just be the option for now. I mean, there are 3 players deep inside. Alambot will be giving a lot of information. But look at those 2 players slowly walking in inside B. Not really sure if Van Dyke Fan Club has any idea about it.
They don't. Lucia still going in for the Trailblazer. Wants information. It's been taken care of by Vim, so only spotting one. They've got the full control of B side. One tap God! In the meantime, though, gets one. Hellboy was aware about it. Quick on that trade, and Spike will be planted. A retake situation 2v4, and this does not seem to be good. Lil Boy with the spray down.
Not ready yet.
And that's gonna be the wrap up coming around. Death Wish getting their round on attack,
Switching
and they
sides.
have
Match
been winning
point.
their defensive rounds. But I just can't seem to fathom the fact how messy everything is going.
Yeah.
But even in this situation, they all just need to be solid. They need to be collecting their thoughts and everything, because again, we're seeing just the last second maneuvers coming in, not just from one but both the teams. And this time we're gonna see the aggression coming in directly from that Wish. They're taking a page off of the book of Van Dyke Fan Club. And they're respecting all of that, quickly moving towards the seaside. They're doing exactly what I wanted them to do now. Slowly taking that space towards the mound. Will be able to flush that extra off into the hands of Paradox. Spray down, shot in the hand. If anyone's playing close, will be taken care of. But Hellboy as well as Kheltuzad are both playing on the site. And they're reinforced with 4 members. Look at that.
This seems to be very difficult. One player already falls down. That's going to be Paradox. So one tap God gets taken down. Kheltuzad doubles it up when his team needed the most. And when Dyke Fan Club, they did not have the numbers. Match point is already in the favors of Deathwish Esports. This might just be it, ladies and gentlemen. A 3 versus 5. When Dyke Fan Club, what will they do is the question. Easy goes inside, takes on Lucia. They still need to take one more player down to equalize it here and here, but the alarm bot is also going to give a lot of information. Hellboy, perfect. Everybody needs to find 1-for-1 trade. Perfectly done, but the numbers are still not in their favor. When Dyke Fan Club are trying to
30
as
seconds
low
left.
as possible. Easy needs to be alive. He needs to be
enemy
there with his
remaining.
teammate, but he falls down.
Oh my god.
All the responsibilities goes onto the shoulders of Blackhawk. A 1 versus 2 to clutch out and take us to another overtime, or it is going to be the sides of Deathwish Esports winning this map. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. He needs to make this move
10
very,
seconds
very fast, quickly. Man, he's able to wait for the plan. 6 seconds remaining. Yep, the plan will be done. But
planted.
ASD, have a shorty in his hand.
Last player standing.
ASD, really again going for the defusal is the question. They are just in this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Deathwish Esports
Defenders win.
Hold on to this moment. We can't stop.
My God. This was. I don't have words to describe what I just witnessed right now. You can say it mind boggling, you can say it flabbergasting, everything, but what an overtime. We were expecting that we might possibly see one today, seeing how teams performed yesterday. But there are two different teams to work around with, and my oh my, what a game from their side. And what can I say? I guess Lotus has turned out to be more of a defense centric map, isn't it?
I wouldn't say defense centric, but we did see both of the teams making a lot of mistakes here and there. At a point of time when we were witnessing the overtime, it just, felt like what is exactly happening? You remember the first round of overtime itself, where two players from the sides of Deathwish Esports were allowed to walk in for free without any util, without doing anything in the B site itself. That's where the entire problem was, because they got the B side for their control and they already had so much of space. Also, at the same time, the players from Van Dijk fan club, they were just falling down as flies. This is not how it should be done, because if there's someone approaching A, there will be a split coming up at the B as well, and that's where everything just fell apart. But man, oh man, another exactly use the word upset at this point of time, because there's still two more maps remaining, and let's see if the sides of Van Dijk fan club are able to make a comeback. But Deathwish Esports, hats off, man, hats off. We have always we've always been saying this, that these young guns, these guns who did not have that great of an experience as compared to the team we were witnessing them against, but yet the amount of experience that they have just made it worse for the sides of Van Dijk fan club.
I mean, just let the grass grow too tall under their feet, I guess. Van Dijk fan club, there were a lot of hiccups in their execute. I'll be very honest and very brutal about it, because I could see them using the paranoia, trying to take the space, but no one was falling up on the back of it. And they also wanted to execute the seaside on the back of just one pop flash. They had not taken care of the nano swarms that were in front of them, and they also knew that there's a viper orb right in front, and there would be eventual snake bites that are going to come in their way. So I think so they also needed to utilize the paint shells and the paranoia. They had to keep it for when they wanted to go in for a full-fledged execute. They could have tried to sell a fake with some different kind of utilities, which could potentially get refreshed as well. Maybe just a couple of sky flashes, and if they really wanted to, maybe a trailblazer to try and sell a full-fledged fake, because normally you see teams use the trailblazer whenever they're on attack to execute on the side they really want to end at. And that's just because they get a lot of information on the back of it. But Van Dijk fan club, they were using it preemptively, and even after how you could see Trailblazer not getting a lot of value, they wanted to brute force their way on towards at least one or the other side, and eventually they lost quite a lot of those gunfights in that situation, because it's a comeback from a 10-6 position, and that too, Deathwish were on defensive side on the map of Lotus. So I still feel that Van Dijk fan club, they've got to fix a few things specifically regarding their executes.
That's just going to be so true. Also, we did see a few rounds where ASDF was just allowed to go in and defuse the spike, right? We did talk about it. It was 2 rounds, I still remember, when ASDF did not even care about what enemies, like how many enemies are in front of him or are in near compounds. He did a clutch for his team in the last round to end the story here and here. I mean, ASDF is that one player to even talk about. Alongside that, we did see One Tap God. I mean, we've always talked about One Tap God being aggressive when he plays a lot of map. I still remember back then watching him in the map of Haven, which we did not watch these days. I mean, yeah, it's not in the pool anymore, but I still remember in the map of Haven itself, he had a habit of pushing the A shot, pushing out of the garage, and he was able to capitalize onto all those situations where he was able to take those frags and again come back safely towards his teammates. But this time over, I feel there were 1-2 rounds where he did make an aggressive move, but was just completely and hardly punished from the sides of Deathwish Esports.
Yeah, because you saw him getting isolated in a few of those situations as well, because his team could just not follow up. He was blast packing into the site, but again, no one dealt with the Molotovs of Killjoy, the nano swarms in the site, in the way. So they just could not force their way behind one tap god. But on the other side, since you've already touched the topic of duelists, I want to talk about Lil Boy. How well he just stepped up for his team in the situations when it needed to be. Because you would potentially see him being the MVP of this game. He was the one who was really on top in those kill boards, finish boards. But on the other side, if you're also looking at ASDF, I mean, hands down, one of the few of the best clutches that I've seen. He literally took the fact pros don't fake to a next level, did it twice. Just not tapping on the spike, sticking all his way through it, because he trusted his teammates to stop the aggressors for the time being so that he will have enough time to go in for the defuse. And that is what happened. He got two of those rounds in such a clutch situation, keeping his calm, making sure that his thoughts are cool and collected, doing a brilliant job in that. And I still feel that we might potentially see the next map go to OT as well, because it's Icebox after all. We know there are a few changes. We've been talking about that multiple times, but I really can't wait to see what's going to happen. But we're going to have to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back. After an exhilarating first map, we're back again for the second one. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are watching AMD GameOn 2024 on India and the Esports Club, powered by Alienware. We've got PC gaming partner as Elite Hub Gaming and Zotac Gaming, retail partner Bajaj Electronics, gaming chair partner CyberArt, connectivity partner ACT FiberNet. And again, that was a great first game and overtime, the first one of the series. Now, what is going to happen on Icebox is Darshita gonna tell you.
Oh man, you should not give a pass with such a difficult question, man. Go on. Icebox, now, once again, there's a lot we can talk about Icebox in terms of the changes, in terms of whatever has happened before and what is going to happen. But it's been, such a long time that we've seen Icebox in the competitive scenario. So now, Icebox making a comeback can just make things a fairy tale for one and the nightmare for other. But let's quickly have a look on the scorecard and then we will jump on the map of Icebox to see on what happens next. For now, here we are with the
scorecard.
Scoreboard 12-14. That was Esports with the victory for themselves. Lil Boy with 20. The top of the charts, he is easy with 24. On the other side, One Tap God with 22. But still, the overall scoreline in terms of the best of 3 remains as 1-0 in terms of the Twitch Esports.
Yes, in their favor again, 14 and 12 is where we ended things at. Easy was playing phenomenal in the entire game, and on the other side, Lil Boy stepping up on the raise. I mean, you can see the top 2 fraggers were actually from Van Dijk fan club, and it eventually came down to a situation where, again, it's just Death Wish winning out in those important and crucial duels. Just a few hiccups here and there. There were messes from both the side. I will not deny that fact. But again, at the end of the day, you just need to win those rounds. You need to clutch those situations and you need to strategize really well against your opponents to stop their push. So even though Van Dijk fan club were able to get more rounds on their defense, they just could not close things out on their attacking side. But again, looking at Icebox, such an attack-centric map. There are a few changes. You might possibly see, some cross executes as well. But for now, we're going to see Easy as the MVP. I thought that maybe Lil Boy would get it, but Easy came out in clutch.
Yeah, 24 kills with 13 assists. An ACS of 279, 1 first bloods, a 40% headshot ratio, man. Easy has given a big bold statement out there. Everything seems to be very easy for him, but what's difficult is the upcoming map of Icebox, because for the sides of Van Dijk fan club, this is a do or die situation. If they are not able to get this map of Icebox, it's a goodbye for them. And from here on, we are going to have Deathwish Esports qualify for the LAN which is happening in Hyderabad. So let's see if the sides of Van Dijk fan club are able to make it and show us the third map for the day. But according to you, Sked, what do you think should be the perfect agent composition for the map of Icebox? Like, would you go in for the double initiator or the double duelist? What's your kind of perfect agent composition?
Okay, that's a tough question because Icebox has been out for a while. We're having it back again. Viper Omen type of composition is something that's really good for the maps like Lotus, even if you want to go on splits. But Icebox is the one where you've got a lot of close corners to watch out for if you're going in for the execute, because there are just so many different cross that players can actually hold, and you also need a ton of utilities to probably flush them out. So I think so maybe going in for a double initiator would be a good with Sova into the mix. But yeah, seeing how Paradox is just locked in the Deadlock, I want to see how Deadlock is going to pan out on the map of Icebox, because I've seen a few experiments being done and how you can block multiple angles with the humongous, gigantic wall that you have. So it could work out really well, but I like the composition all in all from the side of Van Dijk fan club at least.
Oh man, the Deadlock and the KJ. It's interesting. It's honestly interesting. But on the other side, we have the double duelist, the Rena and the Jet composition coming up. Now, the Rena flash is coming up alongside the Jet dash in. It's just so difficult to stop them. But here comes the thing. You
True.
need to be really careful with the aggression that you show, because even if, there's a one mistiming happening in between both the duelist or maybe the initiator who is helping you initiate the things, it's going to be just so difficult for them. So everything needs to be perfect in terms of time as well. We won't be taking that much of time from you guys because we are heading live in the game itself to see on what is going to happen in the map of Icebox, ladies and gentlemen. It's live. Deathwish Esports up against the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club. To those who are new, the scoreline is a 1-0 in favor of Deathwish Esports, and it's a do or die for Van Dyke Fan Club.
Do or die indeed, but bringing out the double sentinel composition, Sova, Viper as well as Jet. Again, I like this approach because they can just hold down the fort on one side while everyone else could just stack up towards the A. We can see 3 people directly towards the A. Already got Deadlock continuously rotating left and right, but a quick B pacey hit after selling a fake towards the A where we saw both the duelists lurking around. But now here's the thing about the map of Icebox, right? I'm gonna stop making any kind of guesses if they're gonna end up at A or end up at B, because you can rotate so very quickly on this map, so fast, that eventually you can probably sell few extra fakes to your opponents, and that's what's happening. But the shot connecting from Lil Boy finds the opener on one tap god. The recon definitely revealing the position, so Blackhawks holding that space. Nanostorm's pushing him back, Vim found a crazy opening, but fails to Zad as well on the Reyna, doubles it up. Will be stopped down at least, and Paradox finding his own 2k. It was thanks to his grab net, and Easy in the meantime gonna go in for that molly. Recon should be revealing the position, or at least clearing a few of those angles, and SDF gets the life of Paradox. It's all down to Easy, super low in that HP. Can he find the headshot that's needed? Because again, you've got a Reyna in front of you. Kothaguda, yes, only on 84 HP, not 150, but 12 more seconds for them to work with. They're trying to find the position of Easy, but he's trying to play in for the survival. Can he stop? The spike will be planted. He gets the head on Kothaguda, but it's down to SDF who will find the headshot. What a chaotic pistol round itself.
Man, oh man. A 1v1 to end the pistol round. There's gonna be one hell of a match, trust me. Seen this man play a lot. Yeah, it was all his competitive match though, but again, seen him play before as well, and him on Duelist, it's just gonna be so different this time. Also, Pat doubling it up for himself did give hopes to the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club to maybe get the round, but again, at the end, it was the last 1v1 from the sides of Deathwish Esports. The tag comes in. Might have brought one player down to 49 of his health. Yes, that's going to be Kothaguda for now. Being brought down to 49. The location is also revealed. Lucia to start things off, shuts down and finds the first frag for his team. That's going to be Blackhawk done for. Initially, a good start for the sides of Deathwish Esports. They need to be a bit slow this time over because look at Kothaguda. Even one body shot can be it for him and can take him down. So, a bit slow this time over to the A side is where I do see him. But will the rotation be called off is the question. One time for find maybe one, but won't be allowed to anymore for shots down. Swim, a 3k for Lucia, and it all goes down to one last remaining player from the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club. That's going to be easy once again. This time over it's going to be a 1 versus 5, but will Deathwish it in a flawless? Yes, Lucia, my goodness, with a 4k, and Deathwish with a flawless second round.
Indeed, a beautiful flawless coming in for their side. A few eco frags going in the hands of Lucia too. It's now playing on the Viper. I like the switch ups coming around because Kothaguda was the one who was playing on Viper. There were a few hiccups left and right on the map of Lotus, but right now on Reyna, he's just looking so unstoppable. A bonus round as well, and that too going in with such a flawless bonus round. Showing in the mid presence because they've shown heavy A presence a couple of times. Maybe they want to go in for a B split because tube control has been established. They've pushed up the players back from the tube. There's still a Killjoy Red watching out if anyone's gonna push even further back. One tap God finds the opener though. Easy. Way too back.
Blocking sight.
Playing directly near that bridge. It's gonna be Sova. Utilities being used up Blimp in the meantime. Can he find an opener? Yes, he will. A headshot directly through the smoke, and Easy puts a snake bite down under their feet. Hellboy was tagged with it, and everywhere the trades just come in favor of Van Dijk fan club. Might be going in for their own flawless round, and they will end up in exactly that. So the B hit seems to be a nada for the side of Deathwish.
Good answer back, honestly, coming up from the sides of Van Dijk fan club. As they convert the very first full buy as a flawless. They did not even lose one single weapon out there, so it's a good start for them. Honestly, Deathwish Esports on the other side, they did try to hold back their grounds, but this time over, it seemed to be a bit difficult. And the push was way too strong for the sides of Deathwish Esports. But at least for now, 1-2, Van Dijk fan club. Let's see if they are able to equalize the numbers in the start itself. Positioning seems to be a bit off, but look at one tap. My goodness, yes. Just watch up front and maybe find one. Back safe to his teammates. But the one who is not safe is Paradox as he gets taken down on the other side. 1-for-1 trade. It's remaining for both of these ends. One tap God was aggressive, but the one who got punished was Paradox. Lucia. Not the perfect position to be in. Gets taken down from Blackhawk, doubles it up for himself. Kothaguda joins the same party. Deathwish Esports numbers are not their best friend, and this time over, they need to survive with 2 remaining players. Hellboy though, he's already deep inside the site itself, and look at his positioning towards the B side. Actually in for an open plant and maybe play a bit safe. I'm really scared of what the exact plan is coming up from the sides of Hellboy. Looking at what his positioning is scared.
Spike planted.
The recon was directly towards the back, so clearing the entire snowman area. Easy. He seems to be so very aware of Hellboy, and he sees the rifle. Yeah, he's gonna take him down. No! Hellboy! What a flick coming in from him. Takes care of him and also is vigilant for the second one to be present there. One tap God. Yeah, he should be taken down, and he will be. Few hiccups there, but what a play being made by Hellboy. The shock dart, not chunking him, just down to 16. My god, that drop. Blackhawk.
Found them.
He's just down to 6 HP. Recon's gonna reveal the position. ASTF easily shutting him down. That. I guess he would just want to try and forget that. Either way, Blackhawk, he got a crazy 2K in this one. That was a very good shutdown directly towards the A, but easy. We might have just changed him. It's fine, happens. 1 round only. You will try and bring it back in the next few rounds. But equalizer is something that we'll still have to wait to see.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. High hopes. I mean, I had hopes that Van Dijk fan club would be able to equalize it early on. But it's gonna be Deathwish Esports even is coming up on top and getting this round as well. They did not have the numbers, but what they do have is an advantage here on, as compared to the sides of Van Dijk fan club. A good start for them on the attacking side itself. But once again, a split coming up from Deathwish Esports. 3 players towards the A side too. Still maybe trying to hold back their position towards the A. Early on rotation, not yet there. Everyone from the sides of Van Dijk fan club is trying to hold back their angles and the sides that they are trying to hold. I feel it's going to be a rotation from the sides of Deathwish as well, and they might rethink that is this plan safe? Because you look, this positioning from the sides of Van Dijk fan club can be really vulnerable for Deathwish Esports. Slowly and steadily taking a step back. It's going to be a rotation being called off towards the mid. There's no one to guard the mid though. Mid has been left completely open. So this can be a changing point. Easy is right present towards the yellow boxes. Might be able to convert one, but will he be able to is the question, because Hellboy might just slowly walk up towards the positioning. ASDF is right present around the corner. Easy has a lot of patience. Left. Trust me, there's a lot of patience. Look at that. As soon as his teammate got one, he'll be peeking out, shutting down ASDF, and Lucia will be falling for the same trap that Deathwish Esports has completely fallen off. Training players, 1 tap God, turning out to be a nightmare for the entirety of Deathwish Esports. A 4K for 1 tap God. The second round for Van Dijk fan club. My goodness, those shots were just too precise to even talk about right now.
Just popping off in this one. Forcing Deathwish to go on an eco. And a very nice positioning coming in from both One Tap God and Easy. Easy behind the yellow, One Tap playing in from the side. Going for those jiggle peaks. Blackhawk as well. He was just going in for his own utilities. But B side, every single time that Deathwish have decided to go towards the B side, they have been shut down. Every single time they've been shut down. So maybe A is where they would wanting to go in. We're gonna have a quick tech pause as well. As soon as we get some updates, we're gonna update you about that too. But in the meantime, I really like the positioning that's coming in for those sonic sensors from Paradox, because those are the positions where in post plant and even during the time of execute, you always see attackers taking. That's the exact space. So putting the sonic sensor there, as soon as they're gonna shoot, they will be concussed, and that is the perfect moment to strike. Unless, of course, they're taken care of. But the question is, when will Deathwish realize about those utilities there?
That's true. This time over, Deathwish Esports does not have a good buy, honestly. I mean, look at them. 2 Vandals, 1 Stinger, and 2 Sheriffs. That's all they have to rely on to. But, you know, honestly, wouldn't be in shock if at all Deathwish Esports converts this round. Because first time that we have seen them doing this in the map of Lotus as well. There have been n numbers of 50s pulled off. Every single time they, you know, had a sheriff for themselves. They were able to get those frags, they were able to upgrade their weapons, and they were able to fight, they were able to answer back. And again, ASDF and Kel'Thuzad having a Vandal for themselves can be of a big help for the entirety of Deathwish Esports. So they can completely rely on to both of these players to maybe help them get some Vandals or Phantoms and fight this one out. Also, talking about the ult economy for now, Deathwish Esports, they do have the Empress and the Viper's Pit ready on the other side. It's going to be 2 crucial and impactful ultimates, kid.
Impactful indeed. But one other thing that has been pretty impactful for me has been, you know, the Cybot gaming chairs, because they're so very comfortable. Absolutely amazing. And also, I haven't had any kind of connectivity issue with at 5 minutes, so might as well want to check them out. We're gonna quickly check the round that's happening as quickly. 2 picks coming in, 1 for 1. Kel'Thuzad as well taking 1 tap god down. So the Nightmare is literally over. At least for the next few seconds. Blackhawk. The Owl Drone reveals so much information. Annihilation is available for Paradox though. So they will, everyone from the side of Deathwish would need to be careful. They cannot be caught in that ult. Few shots being fired. That's all. Seeing them not exactly cutting the noise, but staying put in one place. And this has given time to Van Dijk to go in for a full reposition, reinvesting the bodies on towards the side. Both the sentinels present up here, up close. Viper wall going up. Recon Dart's going to reveal the position. No, it was taken care of quickly. And everyone staying put there, not really moving whatsoever. It's going to be the Viper's Pit being invested as they've taken the control of the entire side, at least half of it, and Wimp and Paradox will double up their own pick. Will be taking down Kel'Thuzad and Lucia, but Lil Boy finally popping off. 10 HP, can he find another? No, is the answer coming in from Wimp. The spike, nowhere to be found by Hellboy. He can pick it up, but he'll have to go against Wimp himself, and he wins the duel. 20 HP, down to a 1v1 situation. He's got enough time to plant. This should favor Easy. He should be wary about him, and he gets the shot perfectly. That's the equalizer we were looking for, but Darsh, seeing how this was actually an eco round for Deathwish, that's a lot of damage.
That definitely is a lot of damage. It was almost Daz, you know. But also the fact that, you know, Kel'Thuzad, he was able to get out of that deadlock ultimate, but he eventually could not escape the bullets coming from his teammates, and that's where he was no more with his team to, you know, continue in that round. I mean, I really feel sad for Kel'Thuzad though. Paradox did invest onto his ultimate, got one player caught, but that just did not help him. 3-3.
Get out of my way!
equalizer that we did talk about, and now it's time that Lil Boy will be investing onto his blade. Early on control being demanded from the sides of Van Dijk. Look at Paradox and his positioning. Aldo not stopping him at all. So he can actually find one. Lucia, as soon as he shuts down easy, trade comes up from the sides of one tap god, and he'll be taking the perfect revenge for his teammate. But look at Paradox.
Paradox.
He's pushed so close. No, this can be just so deadly. There are two players around. He needs to find one, but instead he doubles it up and gets the perfect number for his team. Van Dijk fan club, they have a great advantage this time over, and that wish Esports, they are not really sure on what can be done. Trying to maybe seen around the mid area, but the turret is also going to give a lot of information. So seems to be a bit difficult. 2 versus 4 numbers are not there. They do have 2 of their ultimates ready, but investing on those might just be of a big issue. Trying to achieve few bullets here and there. Blackhawk and ASD both won't be able to connect any kinds of shots here and there. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. They need to make it a bit quick. Either
30
go in for
seconds
a plant
left.
or go in for a complete save scared.
I don't think so they even have enough time to make any play because Blackhawk seems to be so aware about the positioning of Hellboy. He's not giving him inch. There's absolutely no way they could try and take a mile away. Just 10 more seconds to work it possibly now. Yeah, that's one person taken care of. One tap god doubles it up with the Blade Storm. He invested that 13 seconds, but still need 4 seconds to go for the plant. And this spray transfer by Paradox, that was everything. It just broke the round for Deathwish, and now they're again broke. Can't go in for any full investments. Just Sheriff and a Hero Vandal being brought for Lil Boy. ASDF with Hunter's Fury, Hellboy with his own lockdown, and on the other side, you're just one away from lockdown and Hunter's Fury themselves. Easy also has got his Viper split up. They can try and play in for the orb. So Paradox taking that space, one tap god. So just holding the angle with the operator.
Oh no.
Paradox though, just that's a very nasty angle. He gets one quickly. Also has got the grab net. Pulls down another one. Kill to Zad. Brought down to his knees. And then blown apart. ASDF needs to win this fight. He needs to be the one to make the play for his team. But Easy just knows better. Lucia spam is just enough by one tap god. Shorty is perfect. And they've also got the spike. And probably the round.
Last player standing.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. After Hellboy gets taken down, it's just impossible for that one remaining player to play.
What a snake bite.
50 HP of health that he has. A perfect snake bite and a perfect shot being landed from the sides of Easy will get the sides of entire fan club onto 5. With Deathwish Esports still on 3. But you know, Deathwish Esports, honestly, they need to be really careful about the push from the sides of Vendai fan club. Every single time we know Paradox is being aggressive. One tap god, he's being aggressive. And every single time they are allowed. They're getting allowed to get those kills for themselves. And that is just getting Deathwish Esports into a lot more problems. Now, this time over, Easy does have the Viper Spit to invest onto, and I guess he's all set and ready to invest it. But where? Oh my goodness, that's just gonna be a lot more of a control that the sides of Van Dijk fan club have for themselves. So now, Deathwish Esports, they either need to find the Viper, deny the Viper Spit, or make a move out of this situation, because it is way too vulnerable for them to even think about entering this site here. A lot of positions that they already anticipate. And look at Easy, does have a shorty to play around with. Blackhawk might be able to convert one. No, this time over. Misses the shot, messes up the spray, gets punished for that. Wimp is not able to find a perfect revenge for his teammate, and Hellboy will be punishing him. Numbers are falling down for the sides of Van Dijk fan club, and the rotations have been called off from the sides of Deathwish. But one tap god, he's ready with this. Hellboy needs to be careful. Will be going in for a peek, getting punished. Finds another one. No, this time over Kothaguda. With the perfect flash right on the face. The net is going to be of a big problem, but it all goes down to one last remaining player. Paradox, good for one. Yes, he needs to shut down 2 more players now. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Paradox, will he be able to clutch this out? A 1 versus 2. My goodness. A little pixel that he had for himself was enough to shut down Paradox. A 1 tap straight up. And Deathwish Esports finally getting the round they needed.
player standing.
That was a good flick coming in from one tap, but just overstaying his welcome. Kel'Thuzad's crispy on that Reina, and so is Lil Boy on the Jet. In those Jet head-to-heads, though, we've been seeing one tap god winning, quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And they've also got 5 rounds up on board. And this is Icebox we're talking about. Teams have made a comeback even from a 10-2 situation if they're second on the attack. So I don't think so if just getting a max of 7 rounds would be enough. Oh my goodness, hell boy. They even anticipated this push directly from the tubes, and now they've got the entire A main control, pushing directly up close towards Maze. Still holding the space. They're not disrespecting the utils. They have an idea. Going in for a spam directly through the paradox. That's all you need to do. The Vipers will all go up along with the lockdown. Ramnet in the hand. We'll be able to catch a couple of them at least. Cloudburst go in with the Hunter's Fury being invested as well from Blackhawk. Not catching anyone out there. The recon should be there, and oh my, that's the annihilation. Should be able to catch Sova. No way he's gonna survive that paradox as well. Moving forward, being pushed forward by that Nanoswarm. Hellboy, can he find an opener? Snakebite right in the feet of Paradox, and he gets taken down. Oh my goodness! Second late, and he would have been detained, but it does not matter. Easy finding an angle through the gate gets him down. Just a millisecond too fast.
Yeah, I mean the way Easy just, walked up so close with a knife in his hand. Just thought they were prepared. They were legit prepared that it's going to be the last player detained. And we can just take him down easily. But either ways, it is going to be Vendite Fan Club once again on top. Getting those perfect shots. I feel Paradox is just able to feel himself, the amount of frags that he is getting and the perfect angles that he is anticipating. Everything seems to be working perfectly, and look at the aggression. Man, oh man, Paradox tries to take the initial contact. Not be able to find anything though, but has a lot of information to give back to his teammates. ASDF to start things off. Shuts down Paradox, and now they've got the opening frag. They do not have a good economy to work around with. Blackhawk. Location not yet compromised though. They know there's one player around. Locations have been already called off, and Easy is already towards the spawn. Need to out there. Will not even take one single down.
Here.
And that's going to be Kel'Thuzad, shutting him. 3 remaining players. One tap god missing onto the operator's shot. Gets punished by Lucia. Numbers have completely fallen down for Vendite Fan Club. Every single time that Esports does not have a buy or are relying on to Sheriffs or Stinger, we see them doing something different, and they are just able to get those numbers for
One enemy
themselves.
remaining.
It all goes down to Vendite Fan Club, and one last remaining player. Blackout and Ace or nothing is what the situation is for him, and that's going to be ASDF with a 3K, and the Thrifty being pulled off from the sides of Deathwish
Last
Esports.
round in the half.
You called for it. You mentioned in the starting that we might possibly see Thrifty, how well capable both of these teams are for that. And we finally see one.
Right here.
And that was a very well played round, to be honest. The pick onto Paradox first, and then realizing that there could be a potential lurk play, catching Easy because it was such a high leer used up by Kel'Thuzad. So Easy had to just go miles up with his crosshair in the air to take care of it, and then he just could not take care of people. 4 of them at least standing in front of him. And then one tap god. He needed to equalize the odds, and in that attempt, they just dipped even further. And Easy now finding the opener though. A quick one indeed, but normally you always see Killjoy as the lurker. That's kind of the Hunter's Fury being invested directly towards the backside. Paradox gets one. Kills are taken care of. Grabnet catches Lucia, but he still wins the fight. And he doubles it up as well. Pulls out the Viper pit. Lil Boy providing a massive support in that.
On target.
And the lurker taken care of. ASDF so very vigilant. An operator is not the weapon you want for a retake.
Spike
that
planted.
too inside a Viper's pit.
One down.
A very close up shot. Ball wins that one. Switches up to the Vandal quickly. Lucia though, outside the pit. He'll be moving back inside.
Oh no.
One enemy remaining.
His positioning, and
Oh,
that's gonna be
no.
perfect feed. Lucia doubles it up. That's the strength of a Viper. You always know that there's a possibility of Viper coming out of the pit and taking you down. But what a play by Lucia indeed.
Also easy. It's the second round I feel where we did saw easy on the backstab. The previous round as well, we did see him towards the attacking spawn and was not able to convert anything, but this time over it was the same situation. 6-all half to end it. I mean, come on. Expect such a close fight on the map of Icebox especially. I mean, I have nothing to take away from both of these teams, but we did talk about it, right? Icebox, it has been such a long time that we did witness Icebox in competitive, and now that we are able to see it, it's just such a close fight. 6-all scoreline, and now any team winning this pistol round is going to get a great advantage. First frag already rolls in. Out of the names of ASTF, he has denied the only duelist that the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club had. One tap god, he's done for.
Paradox though equalizing the odds. Sheriff in the hand, Lil Boy gets shut down, Jet taken out. Oh, that barrier. ASTF has got nowhere to go. Spam through the smoke, takes him down. Paradox doubling up, taking Lucia to Kothaguda with the Sheriff. He needs to make a play and a massive one as well. 2v4 situation. A couple of players pretty low, so maybe a body shot would just do the trick. Close range Sheriff. Because both the players are bringing it. The Sova recon taken care of. Not going to scan anyone. Just going to reveal the position of at least one. Kothaguda quickly gets one. And now he's overhealed as well. This is the problem, especially with the Reyna and the pistol down. Hellboy with a classic in hand and gets down. Gets another one. It's down to Paradox. As well as Hellboy. It again. He's got a classic to work with. Does he adjust this reposition? Hellboy, my God.
Died right now. So funny.
He realizes that Paradox was not in front of him but above him. Gets the defusal as well. What a messy round, but what a great retake from just two players.
4 versus 2. Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, a 4 versus 2. Numbers were completely in favor of Van Dyke Fan Club, and still they were not able to get this round for themselves. Man, it's just going to be so heartbreaking this time over. But that was Esports. Kothaguda, I have to give it to him again. Though we do not see him on the top of the leaderboards, but again, you just know, right? He is giving those important kills to his team that are needed the most. Buys coming up from both of these ends. One player has been punished hard. That's going to be Kothaguda from Deathwish Esports. It's just barely surviving pixels of health that he has to work around with. Now, will this be an equalizer is the question, because that's the only way the team can have an advantage. Over to the B side. Easy is way too close. Hellboy holding a perfect angle. Needs to find at least one. Tries to go in for some spam here and there. Might not be able to get anything. Easy is trying to push way too close. Another perfect position to be in to, and Kothaguda to start things off. Finds one onto Easy. Gets himself overhealed. Kothaguda for the second one. From Kothaguda finally gets punished from Blackhawk. A perfect Sheriff shot coming up, but does not matter. He's already done the damage he wanted to, and now Van Dyke is just remaining down with 2 players. Seems to be a bit difficult. Lil Boy with the outlaw shuts down Paradox. And now it all goes down to Blackhawk being the last surviving player. Not really sure if he will survive out of the situation, because look at ASDF. He's right present behind his back. It's the last nail into the coffin, and Deathwish Esports, they get another one for themselves.
Now here's the thing about Outlaw, because as soon as this gun was released, people were thinking that it might actually be a broken weaponry, and honestly I don't deny that. I agree that this weapon is basically broken, because 140 to the body and you can shoot 2 shots so quickly, but yeah, the reload time after you fire both of those bullets is just massive. It's enormous. But at the same time, bringing Outlaw in has made Marshall a meta in the second round. The reason for that is the teams are just not going to invest onto the half shields whatsoever, and Marshall with the body shot gives 101. So that is one of the reasons why we normally see teams going in for a Marshall buy over Outlaw, but that's going to be the shock dart position being revealed by Recon for a couple of them, but still is not able to get any chip damage. One tap got way up too close and personal.
Right here.
1-for-1 trade though. Quickly ASDF doubling it up, because the shock dart, the second one, it actually got players as well on the other side. Vayne going in for the peak, but up above the Raptors stand their death as Lil Boy rains the bullets down. And Deathwish now just increasing their lead even further. And look at their economy. It's snowballing out of control.
You know, honestly, Paradox and One Tap God, they are doing everything possible. Paradox is up with 17 kills, One Tap God with 14. The teammates needs to step up. It's high time, you know, because Deathwish Esports is just one round away from the double digit. And 3 rounds away, I would say, from the series point. This is just a wake-up call right now because when Direct Fan Club, they've been losing a lot of rounds back and forth here and there again and again. For now, at least, initial presence towards the A side. One player. Look at where Paradox is. He's been holding the back completely for his teammate, but a lot of information to work around with ASTF. He is just the perfect server you want on your team. Initial track, initial gun is going to be very important, and that's going to be ASTF. Not just one, but 2. Lucia shuts down One Tap called. But the numbers have been equalized again. And now is the time where Paradox will be making a move towards the A side as his teammate is left all alone inside the site. A 2v2. Deathwish Esports. This is so doable for them, Scared.
Watching the angle directly towards the screens, playing towards the Chen. Recon Dart's gonna scan and will give them the information. There's no one up close. Gravnet. My god, horrible. Catching Blackhawk himself, but he still wins the duel against Lucia. Brought down to such a low HP, just 6.
30 seconds left.
Hellboy, can he do that again? He should have heard this drop. Spike is going to be planted. Spectre can do the job for 1 at least. Blackhawk can be taken care of. The timing could be everything. Did he give away the position? That's the question. Paradox is going to be so very aware. He jumps up. Shots being fired down to 53, but 10 HP on. Oh my goodness, Hellboy himself. He wanted to go up, wanted to catch the timing, but Paradox knew better of him. He also had the Annihilation to invest in, but he did not do that. But now, Lil Boy will be investing in the operator.
Over there.
Again, so close, man. It was a full buy coming up from the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club, and 3 weapons were denied. 3 weapons were brought down. So again, 1 Bulldog has to be invested. 4 players will be relying on 2 Vandals with 3 on half shields. Now, this is actually a point of concern. On the other side, Deathwish Esports, there's 1 player with the operator, so they need to be really, really careful about it. Kothaguda still holding a close angle with his teammate ASDF, and they do have also a lot of information. Every single time Paradox will be holding his own spawn, waiting for someone to come towards the backstab so that he can punish him. But Deathwish Esports, they are not doing that. They are waiting for the right opportunity. Lilboy has this angle set, and even 1 pixel is what he needs to take his opponent down. But they're taking it way too slow. I mean, look at Van Dyke Fan Club. They're just taking it way too slow. They're not even risking it at all. Maybe trying to rotate back. Not really sure, but they just have 50 seconds remaining on the clock, so they need to decide on what the plan is like coming up from their end. Scared.
Yeah, this is going to be a full-fledged execute. They're just hoping that maybe Deathwish could go in for a rotation. Recon has been sent in, so this should be the sign for the execute. They did not realize Kothaguda was so up close. Gets 1, Lil Boy on the back of the Recon reveal. Gets another 1. Hunter's Fury being used up as well. And it will catch Paradox to Wim trying to equalize the odds. But Kothaguda makes them dip even further as he takes care of Wim. Its defense just seem unbreakable. And 3 players playing up on top the rafters. Blackhawk gets 1. But he still needs to do a lot. He does it! How has he even brought the situation so very close? He will go in for the plant. He's got enough time.
Planted.
But it's just the lurk play. They're trying to ping the position, but Blackhawk is not actually there. His recon is also up, and he's around the pixel. Hellboy also sees him, and Hellboy gets him down. He did so much. My, oh my, what a great attempt. What a valiant stand from Blackhawk, but he just could not close things out.
Goodness, he brought it down to a 1v1. One Tap God getting punished early on, and once again, the impact that the Sova is having in this entire map of Icebox with the shock darts, with the reveals, everything is just so perfect. Blackhawk, it was a 3K for him. But at the end, it was Hellboy coming up on top. 7-10. That was
Almost.
Esports. You know, I mean, the only word that hurts the most in the English dictionary, it's gonna be almost. Trust me.
Almost.
Yeah. 7-10, 3 rounds of different shit. Early on, our drone will be pushing Lil Boy behind. So now at least one angle is being clear, but
He was playing on top of yellow, so. But Aldron did not get a lot of information. Annihilation as well used up, but did not catch Kale to Zad. It's going to be even more difficult for Van Dijk fan club to find anything more in this one. They're not giving them any kind of space. Van Dijk fan club, it's just so very troublesome for them. And Kale to Zad finds the pick on Paradox. That's one of the top fraggers taken care of as well. It's just a sentinel, so should not worry a lot, but they've got to make a play because they're down in numbers. Slowly moving up, Wimp to try and take the charge. Recon taken care of, but that's the Hunter's Fury being invested, and it all actually got a tag on Kale Tuzad. He will be taken down by one tap. God is the one who actually takes care of all the people. And ASD still holding their angle, and the spike is won by Blackhawk yet again. He's been doing so very much for his team. An operator in the hand, not the best weaponry you would want for the retake. Mentioned it time and time again. Blackhawk just down to 50 HP. He's getting restless. He wants information.
One enemy
Should
remaining.
not get a little too ahead of himself. A headshot, Lil Boy with the op. But one tap God with the blade storm in hand. Can he find the picks he need with the knife? He's got no utility left apart from that. The tap on the spike to try and bail him out. 97 HP and gets the headshot on Lil Boy. He's sticking it. He's sticking it, and the right click is there. One tap God clutches the round for his team. Hellboy decided to do what ASDF normally would, but this time the adjustment from Van Dijk fan club was just there perfectly. What a heroic play.
Van Dijk fan club finally gets the round after a lot of problems, completely on the backs of, I would say, one tap God. He's stepping up when his team needs the most, and it's just not about him. This time over, you see Easy and Wimp as well. They are trying their level best. That's which Esports. The gap is yet there. That's which Esports. They are still 2 rounds up as compared to the sides of Van Dijk fan club. So this can be a bit of an advantage. Lockdown available from both of these ends, and also an Empress to work on for Kale Tuzad. Can play a bit safe though, but this time over it's going to be a save coming up from Deathwish Esports. All sheriffs to be relied on to reveal, not finding anything for now. Kale Tuzad. Yes, he's able to hit that shot. A perfect Guardian headshot onto Paradox. Puts the numbers into a lot of problem, but when Wimp and one tap God, they shut down 2 more players to get it down to an equalizer. The spike is getting planted. Coming up from the sides of Easy, and now after Viper's pit being invested, this round seems to be next to impossible for Deathwish Esports to have their hands on. Slowly and steadily trying to walk inside the Viper's pit. Utility, if at all they have it, that's where they can try to get, they can give it a try, but let's see if they are able to do it. Easy is really close by. As soon as he walks out, Blackhawk finds one. The trade is perfect coming up from the sides of ASDF. Still holding back their positioning. This is down to a 2 versus 2. Get too
One
close.
enemy remaining.
Time is not their best friend. ASDF finds one onto Wimp as well. Lil Boy will be going in for the diffusal. Gets taken down, but the Hound diffusal is not done. Though ASDF finds the last one. Not get it for his team, as time is not their best friend, and Van Dijk fan club gets the 9th one on board. 1 round away from equalizer, but once again scared. A save from Deathwish Esports, and still they were able to take it down to a 1v1. This is really concerning for Van Dijk fan club.
Seems like both the Sovas have decided, you know what? They don't care about what happened in the first half. This is the part where we're gonna shine the most. And it's not just one. I mean, Blackhawk, yes, he's clutched up a couple of rounds. But this time, ASDF as well. Pulling things out from a brink. But Lil Boy wants to play in so close personal, aggressive. Did he see the pixel on one tap god? Yes, he definitely did, and quickly dashing away. Shot did not connect onto him.
You should run.
One tap god still surviving with the perfect amount of HP. The lockdown being invested, but there's a gap directly down bottom of the closed corner, even up on the rafters in the hill. Try and play in that position, and that's where Kel'Thuzad wants to stay. Paradox though towards the window. He's found a pixel on ASDF, but it all was a fake. And what a realization from Van Dijk fan club. But again, on the back of the pick from Paradox, everyone from Van Dijk are deciding to go in for an A hit. Oh my, a double fake, and this time it's been sold to Deathwish. They didn't realize that it was all a fake. No one executed, and now they're moving backwards. Kel'Thuzad gets a quick pick onto him, but he still needs to hold his ground. He does that! Gets the pick on one tap. God will be taken down by Paradox, but he's done his job, and the pixel is already seen. Paradox position noted, but he still gets the pick onto Lucia. Lockdown to work with. Outro revealing the position, so he's gonna push back Paradox now. Cramnet. That was the Sonic sensor as well, and it's going to be the lockdown being invested. They need to protect this because you already know Van Dijk are going to force and break that whatsoever, and Easy will do the job. Jumping and finishing things off, goes in for the reload and also repositions to get this pick. What a way to get the equalizer. Van Dijk fan club seem to be coming back from the edge of defeat.
Once again, a messy round coming up, I would say, from both of these ends. Kel'Thuzad was good for 2. Been able to get back the numbers for his team, but at all it just did not work in their favor. They had to protect the lockdown. They had to do it, but they were not able to. The lockdown was denied. So is the case with the entirety of that Wish Esports. 10-10 once again. An equalizer that we are talking about. Van Dijk fan club, after losing multiple rounds in the start itself, they are able to get 3 rounds consecutively and have forced that Wish Esports to go on a save. But Kel'Thuzad, this time over, his aggression will be hardly punished by Vim. A direct shot onto his head. Lucia gets taken down on the other side. Numbers not working in their favor. A perfect headshot from ASDF. Only good for 1 though. Hellboy finds another one onto Easy. 3 versus 2.
Spike planted.
But what's the call? Look at that, one player is still towards the B side and the spike has been already planted towards A. Seems to be really difficult at this point of time as Little Boy is just barely breathing. 20 HP is all that he has. And a classic though. Bladestorm's not available. On the other side, Hellboy does have a Sheriff and some of his util present out there. But he needs to hit those perfect shots. Every single angle, every single corner is being checked from.
Last player
Time not being
standing.
their best friend. Showdown goes in. Paradox finds one onto Hellboy. And that's going to be one tap goal for the last frag. Van Dijk fan club have snatched away the lead from the sides of that Wish Esports, ladies and gentlemen. And they are 1 step away from the match point.
Can Deathwish now pull it back? They've got the pick. They've got the Hunter's Fury. Van Dijk fan club with the Annihilator. Blackhawk just 1 point away from his own Hunter's Fury. So maybe they would want to try and play for that orb on the back of the recon. But Lil Boy is just playing so very aggressive. Wants to play in for a pick. Vim seems to be unaware. He's going to move front and he gets taken down as well. Great positioning coming in from him. But on the other side, we're going to see the Annihilation catching him. And that's gonna be Lil Boy just being pulled to his own demise. He's not gonna survive that. And what a way by one tap god to play, cutting off any possibility of a save. And now playing up on top the rafters. Everyone's taken control of the backside. Snake bites are not stopping any kind of plant. Lucia is going for the retake. Shock darts clearing up close angles. It's gonna be him finding one, but one tap god's position unknown. Kel'Thuzad going in for a massive look. Needs to find the pick. He needs to take them down. Paradox seems to be totally unaware. He's got to clear those angles because on the side is just a ruckus. His position has been revealed. He did not catch anyone and Paradox will be taking him down. And this is all down to ASDF now. The drop should be heard. And his position is also noted as Blackhawk just quickly finishes things off. Putting the final nail in the coffin. And that is again that Deathwish getting the first pick but not being able to hold their space.
My goodness, this map of Icebox. It's just so amazing to witness on what all is happening around, but at the same time, really feeling sad for the sides of that wish as well. They did everything possible. Even little boy, he did try to just dash away from the ultimate, but was not able to do that. And this time over, not really sure on what the economy looks like for the sides of that wish esports. Do they even have a full buy? Scared a question. It seems so. Yes, they do. Hellboy is with a bulldog for himself.
Scrappy.
And all the players, all the players are trying to approach the B side. Hyperspit already invested onto Paradox, finds the first frag, and that's what we are done for. Numbers have already numbers are already falling down for the sides of Deadwish Esports, and this is not a great sign. 2 consecutive rounds, and need to take it to an overtime by Lil Boy. What a shot on Paradox! One tap joins the same party. Lucia gets taken down on the other side though, which means no Viper anymore. Hellboy good for one. Yes, he is. They're trying to bring it back. Van Dyke fan club still standing strong. Blackout will be going in for the flank. 2 versus 3. Viper's bit invested, scared.
Indeed, the ball was up as well. The recon reveals the position of Blackhawk. Lil Boy DK down to just 15 HP. He wants to make a play as he's out of the pit and he finds the timing and he gets both of them. 1 HP on Lil Boy and the snake bite does the job. That's a great play coming in from their side. My, oh my. Impeccable indeed. Sheesh. I mean, they were the ones who were trailing this time around, but closing things out in such a fashion. Again, you always just seem to be not understanding where things will end up, because this time in the last round, yes, economy was not very good for the side of Deathwish. You saw them having a lot of broken weaponries. Even we saw Kothaguda just picking up a Vandal and had absolutely no shield. He needed to win the duel against Paradox, but he was just not able to do so, and that's where things started to roll southwards.
Third map, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready to witness the third map? Deathwish Esports, they took the first victory on the map of Lotus, but map of Breeze turned out to be a nightmare for them, as it was the sides of Vendak fan club. And now we are going to witness the third map of the day. Scared, I am excited, but at the same time I'm really nervous. I'm kind of very nervous to actually see on what is going to happen. It's just so good on the kind of strategies that we are witnessing, on whatever is going on, the way the teammates are stepping up. I mean, yeah, we saw in the first half there were few players who were not able to stand up for their team, who were not able to win those duels and win those fights precisely. But in the second half, everything changed, and it just felt like we saw an entire new Van Dyke fan club, and they had a complete reset.
It's just that in one specific round, again, on Icebox, it's difficult to keep a hold of the A site. And in one round, they were able to find the main positionings where normally Deathwish are playing. And they were able to just utilize that to their own advantage, getting those picks, if not the first one, at least the second and the third, pushing everyone on the side backwards, just directly towards the stairs, and if not stairs, out of that screen, so that they could not flood in for any kind of retake. That is where we saw the side of Van Dyke fan club shining the most, because they were using those recons. Yes, it was being dealt with, but on the back of it, you always saw one tap god quickly dashing in sight as well. You saw a couple of snake bites being used up, if not two, at least one, to make sure that there was no one pushing up forward from Deathwish. And just on the back of all those utilities, you would always see them going in for the side control. And one thing I really loved was the fact that Killjoy was directly throwing those nano swarms towards either the rafters or in the hell, or maybe trying to clear the gen area, so that anyone playing there will be flushed out. But we're going to quickly flush out the scoreboard for you, ladies and gents, because we want to see who is going to be the MVP of the game and who had the most frags. It's going to be ASDF from the side of Deathwish and Paradox from the side of Van Dyke fan club.
Yep, that's going to be true. ASDF,
yeah, that's Paradox.
I mean, he is Paradox. Honestly, I loved how ASDF is playing, not just in this map, but in the previous one as well, right? You remember in this match, the amount of impact he had overall. He has the highest ACS in his team, and alongside that, the way his util was perfectly timed. Early on, Owl Drone, the recon was perfect. His shock darts were able to actually give damage, and not just give damage, but were able to capitalize and get those kills as well. So from the sides of ASDF, everything was actually looking good. Going down to the sides of Van Dyke Fan Club, Paradox has felt himself the most. 26 kills is what he has, and the agent that he was playing was a deadlock, ladies and gentlemen. With 26 kills onto a deadlock, One Tap got 22, Easy with 18, Blackhawk with 12, Wimp with 9.
Again, Wimp was majorly looking to spam those utilities, those nano swarms, just holding those angles, playing it slow. And it's going to be Paradox yet again, getting the MVP, 323 ACS. And this is one of the reasons why we saw the Icebox being played out with a 49% headshot ratio.
Yeah.
He just missed one bullet onto the head. It would have been 50%. And 3 first bloods himself, playing on a Sentinel.
Yeah.
Getting those first bloods means he was looking to take those fights. And if not, when the fight was forced onto him, he was standing his ground. He was still getting those picks. And indeed, a great maneuver coming in from their side. And at the end of the day, just as you mentioned, we are going to see map number 3. Bind is what's about to come in front of us. And we have already seen what potentially could happen previously.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward for this one. But before we move to the map of Bind, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go in for a very quick break. Make sure you check out all of our sponsors in the meantime. We'll be right back. My oh my, what game one and game two we have witnessed right now, and what an amazing cast on the desk with me right now. Aggressive, welcome, and also friends and folks out there, welcome. You all are watching AMD GameOn 2024 presents the Arena Championship by Comic Con India and the Esports Club, powered by Alienware. We have had two of the most crazy matches that you could think of, and now we are moving on to the third one that's going to be Bind. And I really love the analysis, and I always quote the fact that you mentioned, Aggie, that it's better to go for a four-man save than retake on the B side of Bind.
It's something that we always live by, right? But then again, from both of these teams, I've seen a lot of really high potential retakes, but at the same time, it felt as though in some situations they got absolutely lost, and that's what happened when it came down to the last map of Icebox. The members of Van Dijk just knew exactly what they really wanted to do on that map of Icebox, while the side of Deathwish, kind of questionable plays from some time around, but they were making a comeback at one point, but they just completely fell apart right at the very end. They were not able to close things out, but map number 3 has a lot of potential for that roster to make it through to the very end, and hey, make it through the qualifiers as well to go straight over to that land.
Absolutely, and one important key for them to do that is going to be to shut down Paradox and also One Tap God, because we've seen him perform so very well in the previous two games. We've seen how Van Dijk almost won the previous one as well, pulling it to overtime on, again, the first map of Lotus. Then on the second one in Icebox, we saw a great lead coming in for the side of Deathwish, but eventually Van Dijk moving forward, snatching that lead away, and then quickly crossing the line as well, not making the same mistake that they did on the map of Lotus. So maybe on the map of Bind, they could start from the first round itself. Do not give even an inch to the members of Deathwish, because you give them an inch, they always end up taking a mile.
Yeah, Deathwish is one of those squads that you can never underestimate, because don't forget, all of the players that are on the side of Deathwish, yeah, maybe they're a little bit of a brand new roster, but each and every one of these players, they're big names. Don't forget about that. Players like AZF, Kel'Thuzad, they have proved themselves over and over again in their previous rosters, and now that they're here, they are nothing to scoff at whatsoever. The last home stretch for both of these teams to make it through this qualifiers, and hey, there's no more second chances. You either go big or go home right here and right now. No mistakes whatsoever. This last map, I'm thinking scared, could just be a pretty close one. I'm expecting an overtime, but I want your opinion on that.
It seems pretty difficult, because we'll have to see who's actually on that defender side, which we will see right now. And it's going to be Van Dijk yet again, starting on the defense, will end up being on the attack. So we'll have to see how many rounds Deathwish is able to pull themselves together with. They've got a Fade to run around with, also going in Viper in the hands of Lucia. So we've seen Kel'Thuzad playing on 3 different agents now. He's played Viper on the first one, also played Fade. Now he's playing Fade on the map of Vine. He was playing in the previous one Reyna, and Lil Boy picking up the Raze yet again. Now here's the point that I wanted to make. Lil Boy, he was popping off on Raze in the first map. We saw him literally top fragging in his own team at least. And on the second one, he just went out of the picture. There were a few shots left and right which were actually nasty. We saw him pop off in a round or two. But apart from that, it was literally the arena of One Tap God and Paradox, and also Blackhawk stepping up for the side of Van Dijk. So Deathwish pulling Lil Boy back up on the on Raze, I think so it should help them out at least more than it did on the previous one. And also I want to see how this Fade will pan out for them, because normally we see teams go with probably a Breach if they really want to go in for a double initiator comp, pulling a Sky and a Fade. Quite interesting though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, in my opinion, the main reason why I think Little Boy had a little bit of a hard time on that second map is because Jet just doesn't have that same level of power that she used to back in the day. Now that people have learned how to deal with the Jet requires so much utility to even get a lot of use out of. You have something like a Raze. Like, a lot of people are going to hate me on this, or a lot of people will agree that have played on the highest level, that a lot of the maps that are in the current rotation just favor like Raze in almost every situation. Even on Icebox, there are certain teams that are starting to pick up on that Raze and see the potential of this character, because honestly, even though Raze got nerfed in so many instances, she's just incredible. The level of utility that she can bring down to the table, not just to herself for setups, but also to her entire team, is just close to none. And that showstopper, yeah, it's an 8-point costing ultimate, but still, it hits really hard. Anyone who hears the showstopper, they need to run, they need to hide. And that level of space that the Raze can demand from you is not on that same level as the Jet, because the Jet requires setup for you to even gain that space. But on the other side of the spectrum, Raze, you can just demand it by just throwing one paint shell, even using a boom bot. There's so many different variations that you can go in for. And hopefully on the map of Bind, he's going to be able to bring it out to its fullest potential. And the famous push coming in from the side of Van Dijk. They're going to be able to run it down towards the A-short sideline. But still, the fight's going to be going well. And one tap God staying true to his aim. He's still able to deliver. The first initial bout coming in the favor of the side of Van Dijk. And they are just going to need to wait this one through.
Side.
No, whip!
Spike down.
Oh my god.
One enemy
I
remaining.
didn't even get one in the meantime, but Kothaguda tripling it up. He needs to close it out though, otherwise it will all would have been for nothing. 10 more seconds and he'll get his on top. He's just playing mind games at this point, but so does One Tap God. You know, he does realize. Heard even the TP, so the plant should go down, but the question is how quickly will he anticipate the position of One Tap God? I don't think so. He's heard the sound. You know, he's actually heard it. He's now seen the pixel as well. The shot being fired. Kothaguda. Horns being thrown out. Did not catch him. And he go for another TP. My goodness. Yes, he went in for another TP. 40 HP in the hands of this guy and 60 in the hands of One Tap God. Finally, the plant will go down. And it's a retake on B, Aggie.
Taking a little bit of a risk out here. It's going to be Kothaguda going in for a full-on wrap. This 1v1 could just get really intense because the Horn's going to be coming back at any second. There's a good chance he's going to be able to clear it out completely on the basis of that, but take it slow and take it steady. First initial combat coming through, and One Tap God with his movement is still going to be able to survive. A good 1v1 coming out from him. And the members of Van Dijk, they're thanking their lucky stars for that one. They got an early good engagement where they had the man advantage, but the couple of missed shots from Wimp really could have costed them there.
Indeed, that is true. ASDF found the open and then a quick trade in succession. But this one shot, a crispy one from One Tap God and Wimp as well. You do not check your corner, you're going to be heavily punished for that. And easy, as soon as he used that TP, it was a shutdown perfectly. What a very messy round yet again. It's all so much scrappy. Because there was absolutely no investment of any utilities from either of the teams. It was just those dry peaks coming in left and right. Horn quickly taken down, so you know there's at least one. And easy with the Outlaw in the hands of Chamber. That's something you just cannot deal with. Now, here's the thing, right? I also wanted to mention how Outlaw is actually a broken weapon. And if you pair it up with a Chamber, there's absolutely no running from it. Half shields are back. It's going to be another straight out coming in with the Bulldog in hand. Painful is going to push him backwards. 20 HP only, but Lil Boy takes down One Tap God. So ASDF. He was taken down by Wallbang, but that's about it.
That could have ended really badly, but as he on the other side, he's going to be able to capitalize. Little Boy taking a back seat here. The defense just having the better weapons, they're of course going to be the one to run around for free. As he just coming alive with this Outlaw once more, just looking for more. 4K for him and one step closer to that to the force as well. 2-0 going into this next round. And Van Dijk, they have a pretty good lead going into this, and I completely agree with you. The Outlaw in the hands of Chamber is pretty much one of the biggest and the most scariest things, right, that a lot of pros have been fearing, not just in our region, but in every other region as well. The Chamber meta could just be back to a certain degree, just because how proficient this character is, just having a sniper rifle in their hands. And a sniper rifle that can deal 140 to the body, that's even worse.
Exactly. Because again, in the round 2, where most of the teams decide to go in for the save, they try to buy for a half shield. But I'm going to talk about that later. It's again, Hyper stop the pursuit coming in. Paradox has got to recede through all of that space because
Again, the Trailblazer is gonna clear it up. I don't think so how many members it actually got. Maybe 2 at max or 3, but the boom bot. So many utilities being up yet again. Just to take the space in B main. Pop flash coming in. No one's pushing towards it. But we finally are going to see the entire Van Dijk club retaking that space. With just 2 members, 4 of them stacking towards the B. Still holding that space, and it's only easy towards the A side with his outlaw in the hand. And the rotation are coming to him slowly and steadily. And also, Kothaguda is just posted so up close, just outside the hookah. Wimp, one wrong move and he might get his head blown.
Both sides are just taking this one very slowly. The map of Bind sometimes does end up like this, as he has the target primed and ready. Lucia's head gets taken clean off his shoulders. And that's going to be a huge hit. You lost out to your Viper. How do you even execute on towards an A side? You need that wall to even get your way in towards the side of U-Halls. Now they have nothing to make this entry happen, Scared. It could just be going from bad to worse in a couple of seconds.
Loosen up.
That is true. That is low. See? Kothaguda will be able to take him down. Lil Boy as well, standing there, but Blackhawk's position unnoted. No time to go for the plant. And this is the bonus round conversion for Van Dijk fan club.
Van Dijk just had a complete hold off this A side. As soon as you lost out on your Viper, there is no way you're going to be able to make this execute happen, right? They didn't account for the chamber strip to be there. The trademark just completely putting a full stop to their push, because now they can't even freely walk in towards the side of Labs, right? Because it's going to take too long. The players who were possibly a little bit further away from the Labs angle because they had a trademark there have already occupied that position. And because the Viper can no longer make that push, he was just stuck on an island. And Izzy, free shot for him. It's stuff like this, the smallest of details, the timings that you miss, that'll really cause you to lose out on this map of Bind, especially on the attack. But now, Izzy the Outlaw, just doing work. This man has mastered it to perfection, and now he's looking for even more. Not scared whatsoever, still trying to look for a fight. He doesn't even want to use his TP to go back. He's just gonna hold on showers like an absolute Chad, and they're going in for even more. 3 versus 5 on towards this map, and this bonus round. Sorry, this eco round for them. My bad. It's not even gonna work out that well.
Let's just call it let's just call it a second bonus round for Van Dijk fan.
Yeah. True.
But yes. Oh wait. Wimp's position unnoted. My goodness, he could make a nasty play from this point. No one's checking him whatsoever. 3-man hold towards the A, 4-man hold actually. Spike now making its way as well. Wimp is waiting for someone to rotate from the spawn, but little does he know, everyone's made his way behind his back. The flash. It's gonna reveal that there's no one, but this one should have given the information. Yes, the TP comes in as well, and Wimp catching quickly on Hellboy. It's just down to a 2v5 situation. A Haunt could reveal the info, but not quite sure why would Easy invest onto his tour de force. You're gonna see the Prowler being invested, but it's a long range fight now and he cannot win it easy. This is why he invested onto his tour de force to get one.
I guess he fat fingered it, because I don't see a reason why he would pull out his tour de force for this. Because he already knows that they're probably on half shields at the bare minimum, right? There's no way they're going to be able to buy weapons with full shields at all at any point in this map. And another thing, right, Scared, what you haven't really considered about the Outlaw is this weapon is even stronger on close range maps. Think about it, right? This weapon allows you to fire 2 bullets on a single sightline. So the fact is, even if you double swing, there's a high chance you're just going to get completely domed, or you're going to get body shotted, and the damage is just going to go through and the chamber's going to get out for free. The strength of this weapon, especially at the price point that it is at currently, in my opinion at least, is a little bit too much.
And also, on the back of the Outlaw, we've also seen Marshall being brought in the meta. We're going to talk about that later, because the one who's in meta right now seems to be Wimp, just not leaving his space whatsoever. Tag 25 was also caught in. The site is now being re-exposed. The spam comes in. No control of the hookah, but Smoke's not letting everyone get in. A good jump coming in from Lil Boy though, and he's trying to create the space for his team, but Blackhawk takes care of him and Wims as well. Doubles it up, triples it up, and Blackhawk helping him out, taking care of Lucia too. The hookah flood. It was actually pretty slow and did not result out in anything good.
Yeah, this was a big disconnect coming in from the side of Deathwish. They were going in one by one pretty much. Plus, if you want to do a hookah flood, who's the flasher? You need your flasher to come in and then you do the 1, 2, 3, then you jump out of hookah together. Floods like this can only happen with the Reyna, mind you. There's a reason why the Reyna is such a strong pick on this map for a team like Paper X, because with that flash, someone needs to break it, right? You throw another flash behind that Reyna flash, and they need to look at the flash to break it, and now you double flash them, allowing for an easier entry. It's small stuff like this. Floods work, yes, but you need a proper setup for it. The members of Deathwish having a really hard time when it comes down to their own attack side, and mind you, their composition is a little bit more favorable for that attack as well when you look at it, because that one fade when you go over to the defensive side, it's gonna have a pretty rough time trying to get a lot of value.
And for now, Easy is definitely gonna get a lot of value from his operator though. If in case anyone Deathwish decide to overstep their boundaries. One tap god on the other side, gets a pick of his own. Kale Tuzad as well, standing in one that space. That shot could have been so disastrous. But Lucia is just gonna take the space, pull down the hand on the back of Trailblazer. Should be able to get one. Nightfall invested directly, and everyone is getting down to their knees one after the other. It did not get a lot of value out, but still pushing the people in such awkward angles. Paradox disrespecting the snake bite, moves forward. Blackhawk catching Kale Tuzad. And again, the site is just not in their control.
Not at all. They were not even able to get close enough to make this entry happen. Deathwish, last player remaining over towards the corner. Hellboy's position is known, and with Phantom's just gonna be better when it comes down to the spray. Catches him out completely, 6-0. As the members of Van Dyke are just in a perfect scenario. They're not making a lot of mistakes. The members of Deathwish are not able to coordinate their attacks properly. And it seems as though all the momentum that they had in the previous map just completely disappeared. It looks like they're tired, but I don't think that's the case. They need an answer and they need it quick, because Van Dyke, they're just running away with this if they're not careful.
True indeed. Viper's Pit now invested. Everyone's just jumping in. Lil Boy, the showstopper got one, but one tap god returns the favor. Did not catch anyone from that, but in the meantime, Paradox catching one, goes in for a pop flash. Has still got one more to work with. Hope's trying, yes, it's gonna push him out. He will be taken down quickly, but I love the maneuver coming in from. He still wanted to force the fight. Indeed. 70 HP on ASDF. 3v3 situation. And no space being gained yet again. B side being anchored by Easy. One tap god. Pretty nasty off angle. The pop flash comes in. A perfect pop flash. Okay. He just wanted to play smart. Lucia holding the high ground. They'll be able to go in for that plant. And it's only down to Easy.
The fact that he's still going for it on a 3v1 just goes to show how much money the members of Van have, right? I think he's just looking for exit frags at this point. Yeah, you were saying?
And they're going 6-0. They don't have any problem for money.
He's gone.
A gift.
Hey, if it was my friend, I'm pretty sure he would have just gone for it just because we had so much cash. But yeah, see, he's playing for the long haul. It's an operator, right? He doesn't want to give it to them for free.
That is true. Also being vigilant that there's someone could be lurking up close, trying to take away the operator off of his hands. But finally, first round for Deathwish. Again, pretty scrappy one, but Lil Boy on the back of his showstopper. What a great utility. And I love the fact that Deathwish just went in for that pop flash play. Did realize that there could be one person lurked up front taking that space.
And the most unfortunate thing as well for One Tap God is because he was in the perfect angle already, right? If he stayed in that corner, he would have been able to hear out that pop flash and dodge it. But because he was right in the slapback center, he wasn't even expecting it. There was a good chance that One Tap God could have just gotten away with 2 kills. That's why I was like, wait, why are you moving? Why are you moving? Stay in that corner. If he stayed there, this round was over. Deathwish would not have gotten this. But getting this first round for the members of Deathwish will be pretty massive. But at the same time, they invested the orbital strike for it. Now their ATAKes will be a lot more difficult, and it will allow the members of Van Dijk to play towards that U-Haul's position, which is the most powerful one, mind you, especially for the attackers to try and take control of. This is position. I'm pretty sure it's known. He's gonna need to dip out, but that's a good chunk of util that he already baited out from his opponents too.
Seekers being invested. He's staying for the last second as well. Paint shells finally push him back. How can you be so disrespecting again? He finds the opener at the end of the day and also jumps away with 21 HP. No freaking way you can do that. But Easy is just showing that he can, and no Paradox. Flash did not land there. Game Tuzad was so very vigilant for that one. Spam comes in into the Viper's pit itself though. Not quite getting the target. The SDF being taken down, and everyone's just taking the TP, quickly going towards the B side. They can go in for the plant, but it's a 3v4 situation, and they've got no major utilities to work with.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for them to even break into. Ezzy's positions pretty much is going to be known. He misses the shot, and that's going to be a costly one at that too. They lost out on 2 bodies already. They need to get in towards the side ASAP, otherwise they're going to be in a pretty bad spot. Wimp does catch out one of the players. He's unaware of the one that's sitting inside of Hookah. That's going to be Little Boy coming in clutch for this one. And with that, Blackhawk, he's now stuck on an island to try to attempt this clutch. He's now positions. Good for him on the retake, but Lucia was just expecting it. Crosshair placement wasn't present. The 62 scoreline comes in. The members of Deathwish Esports still holding down strong, and they're slowly climbing up this hill that they have fallen over from. And not having the ultimates to try and utilize here in this particular round, but don't forget, that was a lot of ults being utilized by the members of Deathwish to even get that round. Basically meaning now, the members of Van Dijk, they're winning on the overall ult economy.
That's how the macro games normally play out. They've got the orbital strike of their own and a headshot on Easy. Another ego peak and being won. Little boy as well, they go for the same, being punished by One Tap God. And it's gonna take so much space. And also knows the position of Lucia. No, you can't go into an operator like that. He is not Lucia. He gets taken down as well. Everyone's just falling like dominoes.
And they don't really have much of an answer for it either. This operator is just running rampant pretty much in every possible situation. And the fact is, as he's been playing towards his A side quite often, they need to figure out exactly where this op is playing early on. They have 2 forms of utility to try and even take these fights. I don't know why they're trying to hold out these angles like this, but Kelto's out with the pre-fire. Gotta love it when you see it. The man knows how to use his mechanics. Deathwish getting a little bit of a second win out here, but I don't think it's gonna be enough because One Tap God, he's hot on their tail. A rotation coming in from him, he's going to be able to clear out the entirety of A short, and that's going to give them the answer that no, this is no longer an A hit, they're heading towards B, and Paradox, it's all up to you to hold down the line here.
Got an off angle from him, gets one, tries to double it up, but Hellboy will be taking his head. Wait, what? Okay, either ways, scored for a pop flash, Blackhawk should have heard it. Molly comes into play as well, directly in towards the back. Hellboy's position noted. He's been taken down without any major difficulties. But now the main question is, how are they gonna break through this defensive setup when they've seen it multiple times? How you've always seen Easy holding towards either the A shot or towards the A showers. But they're just ego peeking, dry peeking. They've got a fade with the prowlers. The haunts, you also have the flashes coming in from Hellboy. They can try and pair up the haunt with it on the back of one of those flash. So that if anyone's playing on side and they get flashed, your fade lineup with the haunt could reveal their position as well.
Going in for another possible hookah flood out here. Yeah.
I hope this one's actually on the back of those utilities. Seekers by Paradox invested, and it's going to be reveal every single bit of information about the plan.
Yeah, they need to try and get this one as quickly as possible, but Paradox, he just doesn't miss those shots. Close range and still ADSing. The man knows what he's doing. And look at One Tap God gaining so much space. He just ran all the way up from showers for pretty much free, and he's able to catch out Hellboy too. That's both of your initiators down in the dumpsters. What are you gonna do? How are you even gonna entry? Because the smokes are still present, and One Tap God just going downtown. Shooting them down too. 7-2, and good God, the members of Vendaic are just in a perfect harmony. Not skipping a single beat out here. All of the team, they just know what they're doing. And because there are so many gaps on the attack side, how do you stop this?
I'm still surprised over the fact that even though One Tap got the first pick on Hellboy, Lucia did not decide to move backwards and try and go for a pinch. He waited for a dry peek again in front of Easy with the operator. It's just a rinse and repeat coming in for the side of Van Dijk fan club. They don't have to do anything different. They're constantly going in for the exact same setup with the same Viper wall that lets them scale up and hook up. They've got the same position of Sky, but Blackhawk though, he seems to be aware, maybe wanting to invest in cross setup, gets everyone. Oh, okay, a rare miss coming in from Easy. Lucia will be able to scale up on back of it, but would not be able to find any major value. And round 2, he gets the better of him. The Headhunter wants to get the third one. Will be taken down. Kill to Zod. Alright. Finishing him off. That's about it. Blackhawk with simple backstab. 9 and 2. We'll probably look at a 10-2 situation if this keeps going on.
It almost feels as though the members of Deathwish are trying to put all their eggs in just one basket. You can see in certain situations, right? They utilize all of their utility without even thinking about what could be coming in from the members of Vendaic. They used a pain shell, they used a snake bite, they turned on both of their smokes at the same time, mind you, scared. So the Viper fuel just ran out in just a snap of a finger. You need to pace yourself whenever you're utilizing a strategy like this. It's a slow burn strategy for a reason. You need to bait out the utility coming in from your opponents first before you need to go in for executions like this. The members of Deathwish, they're taking things a little bit too fast. They need to think about their plans before doing it. And now that it's the last round, yeah, they have buys, and I understand that last round was an eco for them, but still, there's certain ways you need to play out the map to even gain an advantage. Apparently, it feels as though they have given up. And the members of Vendaic, they just have a little bit too much confidence. Wait a minute, Paradox, he walks away with 2. And this B-side execute, they need to commit for it. And they have no opportunity to try and even survive it. They're dropping like flies out here. Scared. And I think for once, you're not going to be the one who's scared. It's going to be the members of Deathwish.
Just a massacre.
Switching sides.
That's what I will say. Constantly making the exact same plays which have not been working out for them at all. And it also seems that Hilzad has been missing his prowlers a couple of times. I've already noticed it, so might be possible that they're not very well versed playing with this kind of composition.
That's a good spot.
Just picking up on the go. So still pretty surprised. But on the other side, looking at Van Dijk, One Tap got popping off with 15-6, Easy 14-5. Blackhawk as well with 10 finishes. There's absolutely no way that they don't have the momentum rolling. They've got everything rolling in their favor. Poison Orbs gonna land towards the lamps. Close that one angle out. But look at the pacey push coming in from the Deathwish, directly taking full shower control, and they're gonna force this fight in. Quickly gets one, Lil Boy, but will be taken down by Easy, who doubles it up so very quickly. And now they've got the numbers advantage, and also a possibility of taking the entire control of the site as Wims pulling out a smoke orb, Different smokes also come out. Lucia with the snake bite off his own, trying to take the space away. One tap god. Will he find the opportunity? That's the
Spike
question.
planted.
Lucia takes him down though. But ASDF, he knows the better of him. Does he? Yes, he does. And he goes in for the shot. Connects on the head. Lucia, in the meantime, will get some additional heal. And it's down to just 2v2 situation. Paradox go very low. Will be down with the right click. Death with spike planted. Flash goes in on side. Should know the position of already. Easy.
No way he got out!
Goes in for the rendezvous.
Not against the
What a
frenzy.
maneuver.
That
from
is
Hellboy.
so
What a
difficult.
maneuver.
Yeah, especially when it comes down to close range fights like this, you just have no way of surviving stuff like this. The frenzy it's one of the strongest pistols for a reason, right? A lot of people swear by the frenzy over the ghost for this very reason. When you are this close to a person, unless they can hit the nuttiest flick shot of their career, there's no way you're gonna die. And this is just exactly one of those scenarios. But though, I don't think they're gonna be that discouraged. Like, come on. They're what, 7 rounds up still? So they have ample amounts of chances. Feel out your opponents first, then go in for the execute. And they could even go in for a force buy here. I didn't really notice if they went in for a force buy or not, but they have that option.
They did. They did.
Yeah.
Investing onto Spectres, Bulldogs.
Yeah, good. I don't want to give away the fact that they have forced. They still don't have an idea that the force has come in.
I don't think so. They don't. And that's going to be the execute going in. One tap god landing behind. No one checks him, but still Kothaguda takes him down. Should have an idea of the force now as Easy goes in for the Bulldog spam through the smoke, not catching anyone, down to 26 HP. And everyone on the side of Deathwish can go in for a flood retake. Spike has been planted though. Just waiting for the smokes to dissipate. Lamps is where the main fight is going to break out. They have an idea that it's still not in their control. Lil Boy going in for that satchel play. Lucia wants to brute force his way in, gets Blackhawk, and now needs to double it up. Paradox up close and personal with the Sheriff. Gets a nasty shot right onto the body. He doubles it up as well. But he's still got 3 players to take care of. And everyone's just gonna jump in front of him and gonna fall one after the other. Reload finally hitting. And it's the frenzy yet again.
I feel something over there.
Not really one of the best of situations, I would say. The force fight is completely falling apart here. I'm kind of questioning why exactly One Tap God bought a Bulldog and then tried to spray and pray at a close range when he could have just used the Spectre for it instead. Again, a lot of question marks in my opinion, but Hakuna Matata. For the members of Van Dijk, though, they do have to go in for an eco now because of the force fight that they did go in for. Not really thought out to the fullest of degrees, but hey, when you have such a massive lead going in your favor, I don't think you have to worry about something like that. Feel out your opponents, understand what they're really capable of, and try to limit test as much as possible. But kill to that Zane, I don't think that's one thing that you want to limit test. Maybe One Tap God does instead. He's still going in for it. The man just has no bounds.
Smoke's down. Who trained you?
Oh. They're still hitting so hard here. Scared. Not missing a single beat out of any of this is too.
Spike planted.
These sheriffs are just so good from these players.
That's one of the reasons why they're pros at the end of the day. It's going to be slowly re-clearance of the lamp. Snake bite easy, his position unnoted, and that's going to be a wide beam 1-for-1 trade though. Hellboy was able to take him down, Blackhawk shuts him. Lil Boy had DK'd up onto him, 21 HP on Blackhawk, and the wall bang shot connects. The Van Dijk fan club moving up to 11.
I'm so surprised that Kel'Thuzad actually egoed that fight. I honestly expected him to just take that first kill, immediately run away. But no, he just stood there. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna take them down. I don't really care. And as soon as he did that, One Tap God just shut him down. That's gonna be a pretty big hit towards Kel'Thuzad's ego, and that might just force him to play a lot more defensively than he's used to.
The Econ is also broken now. Don't have anything to work with apart from just a few scraps here and there. Sky Utils being exchanged. Snakebite is going to push anyone playing an Octagon back. Wall's going to go up. We're probably going to be seeing Just a few util dumps here and there. Lucia will be healed back up again. But now needs to be worried about just a few body shots and he'll be taken down. Look at this stalemate towards the showers. This
I've
fight
got your
might be the
trail.
one that actually paves the way of this town because now the Seekers have been invested as well.
Well, that's a good amount of damage being given towards the opposite side. No, STM, no, you cannot whiff those. You needed to hit that shot to just stabilize for your team, and now Death Wish. They're probably wishing their own death right now because that one missed shot pretty much sealed the deal for their entire squad out here. Lucia doesn't really even have a weapon to try and take a fight like this. Position's completely known, and this is a crossfire. Even if he kills one, I don't think he's going to be able to kill out the other. Gonna be able to run away. 2v3 coming into this retake, but one tap God still living true to his name. Shorty in hand jumps across, and he's gonna be able to shut down Lucia to 12-4. It's Death Wish. I do believe that they bought into that last round as well, so overall their economy, it's not gonna be looking that great either. Maybe a couple of buys here and there. Yeah, that they just have Spectres and Bulldogs going into this. Oh wait, no, never mind. They do have Bulldogs and
Bulldogs. Yeah. I mean, they might have sold on to quite a lot of the utilities though. Highly doubtful if they've got a full stack. Lotus are just one away from the Nightfall. So maybe they would want to play it for the orb. And with the Tour de Force being brought out, Haunt taken care of just as quickly as it was deployed. Hiltuzad still is being vigilant though. No way, he again jiggles it out of the smoke. But everyone's just gonna push forward from the side of Van Dijk quickly towards the side. And they've got the control as well. ASDF quickly takes care of one tap God. And on the back of it, he's got the Orbiter strike. It's another fight standing in the snake by Vincent.
Oh, this is
and
bad.
Easy just could not get that shot landed. 4 HP. But the Guardian switch is perfect. Little boy in the backside though. Spike has not yet been planted, so Trailblazer will give the information. Blackhawk now concussed. He's gonna force the spike. No, he's just gonna simply back out. Little boy will also able to take care of Paradox. That's the spike down. A good flash coming in. But Easy with the nasty shots yet again. He can close it out right here, Aggie.
Yeah, this is just the last couple of closing moments here as Hellboy in towards the corner. This is pretty much an impossible task for him too. He just has a stinger to try and even maybe eke out this round from the side. No weapons in front of him whatsoever. He can't even go in for a swap. This has gone from bad to worse, and Hellboy needs to isolate these 1v1s, but the angles that he has is not favorable towards him whatsoever as Blackhawk just catches his back and stabs the knife straight through. 13-4 as this. I don't know how to put it here, Scared. It looked like such a one-sided affair. The members of Van Dijk were just so comfortable on the map of Pine, where Deathwish just didn't really seem like a cohesive team whatsoever.
It just all came down to the utility usage, and you've got a Fade in your lineup. You've got 2 Prowlers to work with. There's also a Seize. And even if you do not know the lineup for the Seize, you can at least throw it to clear a space. If it catches anyone, you would know about that. That will give you information. Haunt too. Just a few lineups here and there, and you would be able to know where exactly the people are on the side. Pair it up with the Sky Flashes. You've also got the Trailblazer for the entire execute, and even after all of that utilities, they were just not able to get the rounds in their attack. 10-2 is not a situation to start on the map of Wine, wherein you've got the teleporters. You've got 2 ways to execute on the side. Yes, there is absolutely no mid on this map, but you can always go in for those pincers. You always have just so much space on this map that you can take, which was just not happening for the side of Deathfish this time. And Dayek on the other side, I mean, everyone was just ego peeking onto Easy. He was just taking those frags.
Yeah, if you ever ego peek a chamber, that's bound to happen to you. And the thing is, the man has an outlaw. The man has a 2 to force. He has an operator. He has his headhunter. What doesn't he have? The guy doesn't even need to buy any weapons at that point. He doesn't need to use anybody. He can just cycle through everything that he just gets for free, right? It's stuff like this that makes Chamber the agent that he is. And as he just used him to perfection. Like, there is absolutely nothing wrong that was done by the side of Van Dijk in this entire situation. They played together as a team. Their crossfires were immaculate. They just played Bind 101. If you look at the Valorant textbook, I'm pretty sure that you can buy off one anywhere pretty much. It's stuff like this. Like, the bare bone basics is what wins you a game of Valorant. And Vandaik just played it that well. While on the other side, as we're going to be looking at the scorecard here, the members of Death was just kind of, how do you put it, scared. They just looked as though they knew what they wanted to do themselves, but they didn't have any idea what to do as a team. You could see in certain situations where Kothaguda just went in by himself. None of his teammates were even ready to jump out of hookah. Or none of his teammates were even prepared for him to go in so aggressively. It felt as though he wanted to take the entire burden of the team on his own shoulders, and it just crushed him like a pancake.
They were just disconnected in this entire match. That's what I would like to call it. Because even Lil Boy, I mean, he had no utilities to work with in the first place himself. So even though he went in on the side a couple of times, tried to take the space, no one was being able to follow him up perfectly. Even though they tried to make a few plays, it just seemed that Bind is not their territory. So they just tried to brute force their way, which did not help. Of course, it's never going to help, especially when you've got agents like Chamber in your opponent, a Viper in your opponent as well. And Easy, he was just farming in this game. 23 with an ACS of 354, ADR 205.6. Clearly puts him
The
in
man
a spot
got
where
2
he...
kills per round, my Jew. 200.
Exactly. Jeez. Another MVP performance and 6 first bloods. That's just mind-blowing.
Yeah. He just didn't miss a single shot in this entire game. A couple of missed shots here and there, but can you really tell if Izzy was taking any risks? No. What does Chamber exceed at? He can take risks, and then he can get away with it. But there wasn't a single situation where he needed to take a risk. His team was just casually holding down his corners. He was just posted up on one portion of the map, and he just needed to sit there because he knew for a fact that his teammates always had the other sides of the map for themselves. There's absolutely no reason for him to get a little bit too over-exaggerated. He didn't need to overexert himself, and that level of relaxation that he has as a sniper just allowed him to pop off on the avenues that he wanted to hold. And that confidence is what they need moving into the LAN too, because they're one step closer to getting there.
I mean, they would be able to try and get their hands on the first position prize as well, with the way that they've shown this map of Bind. I'd be very specific. It was this map of Bind where they were just popping off like anything. They seemed very connected. They were using the utilities and then going behind the opponents with the lurks as well. They were always on point. And again, with the lack of a sentinel, you do not have anyone to watch a backstab unless you're literally investing one member onto it. And it just seemed that Deathwish did not decide to do for that. They never invested anyone to watch the backstab. Even in the situations where we saw Lucia being towards the A shot, should have noted down that entire flank coming in from one tap god. They did not notice that even in that case, and that was one of the reasons why Sky was caught off positioned, and one tap god basically doubled it up as well in that one specific space. And even after that, Lucy did not rotate back. They could have gone for a pincer maneuver. So that's exactly what you mentioned at the starting. It just seemed that they were so disconnected in this game. There was no game plan coming in from their side, but alas, I would just close it out on a fact that maybe Bind is not their territory, it's not their home ground, but that was really an amazing play from the side of Van Dijk, and we're going to be looking forward for them in the future as well.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the team is just going to be a little bit stronger coming into the following tournaments, because don't forget, we still have a bunch more here when you're at the Esports Club. The tournament just never stops, not just for Valorant, but for every single game possible. But for now, Scare, it's going to be you to sign us off.
Exactly. I mean, of course, and it's going to be for all the audience out there. Thank you so much for joining us. These were some amazing matches, and we were lucky to witness it go all the way. Now, big shout out to all of our sponsors, connectivity partner, Act 5 Net, gaming chair partner, Cybart, and then retail partner going to be Bajaj Electronics, PC gaming partner Elite Hubs and Zotac Gaming. Thank you so much for those amazing PCs, and also a big shout out to AMD GameOn 2024 and AMD Ryzen, because you've got the new series out there of the 7000. Might as well check it out quickly, and make sure to check Alienware laptops as well. They are one of the best. I'm not myself also using a few of them. Again, you all are watching AMD GameOn 2024 presents the Arena Championship Valorant by Comic Con India and the Esports Club, powered by Alienware. Thank you so much for tuning in today, ladies and gents. This has been me, Scariot, and my co-caster, Aggressive. We were the storytellers. We'll catch you guys tomorrow as well at the same time. And make sure to like the socials and follow us on our social media as well for all the updates. It's all in the description. See you guys tomorrow.
What?